the opening address. Ma'am.
Thanks again. Dignitaries present over the dais, respected investors, officials from various ministries, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here to explore the possibilities that Northeastern region offers for attracting investment in the region. Certainly, it's a distinct honor for me to welcome all of you for this event. And all of us know that Northeastern region is a treasure of resources and opportunities. Each 8 states, they have a very distinct advantages associated with them, and they have lots and lots to offer to all of you, especially in the sector of ecotourism, adventure tourism, renewable energy, and agro-processing, and other sectors, sports sector, etc. I must tell you that Government of India is also very proactively committing for the development of the Northeastern region. Today we have with us the senior representatives of all the 8 Northeastern states who will deliver their speech, and they will tell you what best they can offer to you, what policies they have modified for you, and what efforts that they have taken to make the investment environment very pro-friendly to the investors. As all of us embark upon the exciting journey together, let's use this roadshow as a catalyst for the collaboration and the development of Northeastern region. I invite all of you to ask questions and engage in a very active discussions with the senior officers of the Northeastern region present over here, and explore the opportunities for you. Thank you, and I look forward for a very fruitful discussion and an impactful partnership between Northeastern region and all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the initial remarks. And before moving to the state presentations, we have a presentation on the Unnati scheme by Dr. Karampal Singh from DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Dr. Singh.
Thank you. A very good afternoon to all the senior officers of the central government and the state government of the northeastern states, and dear investors. It's our pleasure to stand in Mumbai and to showcase what is the potential we have in the northeastern states. As our Prime Minister is looking towards the northeast, earlier it was the look it policy, but now it is the act it policy. So with the objective of that, we have the Unnati scheme, which has been launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji on the 9th March 2024. And I will start with the presentation on Unnati. So Unnati scheme, Uttar Purvi Transformative Industrialization Scheme 2024. This is the geographical location of the northeastern states of our 8 states. This is the scheme overview. That scheme has been notified by the Government of India on the 9th March 2024, and it will last for 10 years with the 8-year committal liability till 2042. And the total outlay of the budget for this scheme is 10,037 crore, and last date for the registration is the 31st March 2026. And the stakeholders, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Ministry of Donor Development of Northeastern Region, State Industry Departments, PIU, PMU, and the NEDFI, who is the nodal agency for the disbursement of the funds, and the existing units who can get the benefit with this scheme, and the new investors who are thinking to invest their business in the Northeast region, and the industry associations like FICCI, FINER, and the others, as well as the other state departments such as tourism, food processing, etc. So first of all, what are the objectives of the Unnati scheme? As you know that Northeast region is very rich in its environment manner. So promoting the sustainable and environmental friendly growth for new as well as existing and expanding industries, existing who are who are making their mind for the expansion of their current operations. Second, generating the employment opportunities within the state and within the northeastern region, rather than to go outside for the job seeking. So main objective of this scheme is to set up a ecological system or a industry ecosystem where jobs can be generated within the state. Next, the focusing the regional development with the industry landscape, as well as efficient institutional framework with the help of Ministry of Donor, Invest India, FICCI, FINER, PIU, and the PMU agencies. Then next, development of established, upcoming, and the potential industrial zones in the region, and encouraging the community participation, because participation is very essentially, and the acceptance of the policy is very important part. Next, this is the timeline which is very important in any scheme. So this scheme has been notified on the 9th March 2024. Registration will last till 1st March 2026, and all the applications but will be received on the Unnati portal, because every work regarding this portal is regarding this scheme is on the portal online manner. Not a single document can be worked or can be transferred with the physical manner. All the work has been done with the online manner, the unnati.dpiit.gov.in. Then all the applications who will be, what we have received or what we will receive till the 30th March 2026 will be disposed. Whether the decision to take in or out will be taken by the DPIIT and the state within the time frame, that is 30th September 2026. And duration of this scheme is the 10 years, and with the 8 year of additional committal liabilities will last till 2042. So these are the salient features which we have been carved or which have been the experience of the central government with its earlier schemes. The first is because this is a budgetary constraints limit scheme, we have the 10,037 crore, and out of 10 crore we have 4 incentives. If we cross the 115% of the total budget, then scheme will be closed, or not scheme, the registration will be closed from its last date. Then all the units have to register on the DPIIT portal. The first registration part will be there. After that, claim filing or claim processing will be there. So first you have to get the registration under the Unnati scheme. Then micro industry, for example, minimum investment is required 1 crore. But in case of micro industry or in service or manufacturing, minimum 50 lakh can be eligible. Then 60% of the total outlay. In the earlier scheme, you can see maximum maximum portion of the scheme has been taken by 1 or 2 states. But this year, we have earmarked the budget state-wise. 60% is earmarked budget for every state, and 40% is open to all. That is the open race to every state, that first they have to fill their own budget which is reserved for a particular state, and rest open to all. Then we have bifurcated the zones. There are 129 districts as of now in the 8 states of the Northeast region. And on the basis of SDG report of the Niti Aayog, we have bifurcated into Zone A and Zone B. Zone A is basically industrially advanced district, as well as the Zone B is the industrially backward district. And maximum incentives has been designed for the your Zone B, and maximum northeastern states are in the Zone B. So this is the financial outlay. So this PPT, this slide is very important because this shows what is the reserve fund or earmarked budget for every state. This is Arunachal Pradesh has the 908 crore, Assam 2,434, Manipur 334, as Tripura has the 386 crore. 6,000 crore is earmarked for all the states, and rest 40% is open to all, right, on the basis of FIFO. So this is the crux of the scheme, is very important. There are three kind of incentives which will be given to the registered units or the eligible units. The first is your capital investment incentive. Second is capital interest subvention. And third one is the MSLI, manufacturing and service linked incentive. First, in case of Zone A, in capital investment, in Zone A, 30% of your capital investment in plant and machinery in case of manufacturing. But in case of services, including the building cost, will be given by DPIIT as capital investment incentive. In Zone B, 50% of the eligible value of the plant and machinery in case of services, including the building cost and other equipments that are required, the core component for the industry, will be given with the maximum limit is 7.5 crore. On the other side, capital interest subvention, 5% in Zone B for 7 years and 3% for 7 years will be given by the DPIIT if you will get registered or eligible under the Unnati scheme. Third one is very important, manufacturing services linked incentive. We are not reimbursing GST here, but we are taking GST as the performance indicator. In the earlier scheme, we have the different kind of component which are designed for the Northeast region. But this year, in this new scheme, we have taken the GST as the performance indicator. In Zone B, 100% equal to your eligible plant and machinery in case of subsidies, including building cost, will be disbursed by the DPIIT as the MSLI. In 10 years, maximum 10% every year you can take. In case of Zone B, 75% is equal to your plant and machinery will be given back to unit holders. Next, list of documents that are required for the registration. The first is the DPR, very important document. Second, land document, maybe your lease, rent or the other document required. Second, then appraisal report from the banking or the financial institution from where you are getting the credit for your unit. If you are the self-finance unit, then there is the NEDFI, which is also a financial institution under the Ministry of Donor, is the nodal agency for our Unnati scheme for the disbursement. So you can go to the NEDFI and you can take the appraisal report from them. And then copy of incorporation certificate along with certificate from the CA stating that the owners, directors and the partners of the firm. Then copy of PAN, copy of GST certificate, Udyam registration and the other required document. Maybe in the tourism industry, some kind of the tourism NOCs may be required. For example, the FSI certificate is required. So that other document will be required according to the different kind of unit that are getting registered under the Unnati scheme. So this is the timeline. Timeline is very important because time is very precious in these days. So we have put a new feature in our scheme. Earlier scheme, maybe you are getting your incentives in delay manner. But this time, first time we have incorporated the timeline in the schemes. The first, when applicant has applied on the Unnati portal, then within the 90 days, it will go through the DIC, director level, directorate office and SLC, and they have to take the decision on the application within the 90 days. If beyond the 90 days, then it will come to the preview of DPIT, and DPIT can take the decision on the same. So this is the final certificate that you will get after the registration. So all the information you can get on our unnati.dpit.gov.in, and every question we are always here. Our team is here. All the questions are welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Dr. Singh, for putting the Uttar Purva Transformative Industrialization Scheme in a nutshell for all present. Ladies and gentlemen, time now for state presentations. And before we begin the presentations, I will request all the speakers to please adhere to the time allotted in interest of time, that is 10 minutes each. So the very first presentation, I will invite Ms. Vishwashri Boga, Director, Industries and Commerce, Government of Tripura.
Welcome to Tripura, a land of breathtaking natural beauty, nestled in the heart of northeast India, emerging as a land of boundless opportunities. Tripura's strategic location, sharing a long border with Bangladesh, provides a gateway for trade, opening avenues to sea routes and neighboring countries. This geographical advantage fosters connectivity and growth, transforming Tripura into a true economic hub. Tripura's infrastructure is expanding at an impressive pace. From newly upgraded highways connecting Agartala to Guwahati, to the broad-gauge railway reaching the Sabram region, just 75 kilometers from the Chittagong port in Bangladesh, Tripura's connectivity is set to fuel growth across industries. Maharaja Bir Bikram Airport, the second busiest airport in northeast India, is being upgraded to international standards, enhancing connectivity with major Indian cities and bringing the world closer. Tripura is primed for industrial growth with 19 modern industrial estates, providing robust infrastructure, uninterrupted power, and a conducive business environment that investors seek. The state's surplus power supply and low tariffs add to its investment appeal. Tripura is India's second largest producer of rubber, with favorable conditions for its cultivation. The state's bamboo diversity has led to innovative products, including internationally recognized bamboo handicrafts and utility items like bamboo tiles, setting industry standards. Tripura's fertile lands produce an abundance of crops: pineapples, oranges, jackfruits, and more. These vibrant harvests provide a foundation for agro-processing industries. Additionally, Tripura's tea is known for its unique quality, with ample potential for industry expansion. The state's emphasis on education has led to a skilled and educated workforce. With top-notch universities, training centers, and medical facilities, Tripura produces professionals who are actively contributing across healthcare, IT, and public services. Beyond its economic prospects, Tripura is a tourist paradise. From lush wildlife sanctuaries and tranquil tea gardens to stunning waterfalls and vibrant cultural heritage, Tripura offers a unique and enriching experience for every traveler. Tripura's investor-friendly policies, efficient single-window clearance system, and proactive leadership create a welcoming environment for businesses. Here, investors find not only opportunities, but also strong support for growth and success. Come, explore the untapped potential of Tripura. Discover a land of beauty, growth, and endless possibilities. Join us in building the future of Northeast India. Tripura is ready. Are you?
Good evening, all of you. I thank Ministry of Donor for this opportunity and for organizing such a beautiful roadshows where we can interact with all the prospective investors. So, welcome to Tripura. Yeah, so why invest in Tripura? Of course, the environment with clean and pollution-free, but also with a lot of unique biodiversity. And we are an investor-friendly state with not only a single window policy, but we have the entire administration works together to get everything implemented. We have a single level nodal agency also, and an IPAT has been recently notified. It is a favorable location because it is well connected. We have one of the best airports in Tripura, and we are also having the third international internet gateway in Agartala. We also have great access to the other cities in the country, and we have one of the best access to Bangladesh, I would say. Though our relationships are sour at this time, however, we are optimistic once these relationships with the neighboring country are set, there is a huge potential for a lot of prospects and natural investments over there. Natural resources, you have already seen in our presentation that we have good abundant natural resources like agar, rubber, as well as bamboo also. Tripura also boasts one of the highest skill literacy rate, and with young and growing workforce, which is very aspirational, it offers a huge potential. In terms of infrastructure, we have good industrial infrastructure as well as social infrastructure, which I'll just tell in the coming slides. I just want to show you that where Tripura is and how it stands. So we are at we have 640 billion GSDP is what we recorded in 2022-23 with an annual growth rate of 8.80 since 23. And we are at a per capita income of 1.58, which is on the upper track record. And Tripura is also one of the states with largest forest cover also. More than 60% of our state is covered with the forest area. So this is what I was saying. Tripura, the entire administration, the entire ecosystem works together. It comes together in an integrated way to facilitate both employment, investment, and policies are designed together so that it gives you one feeling of coming to the state. So we have Lakshya 2047, which details our state's vision for the by 47 what are we supposed to do, and in line with that vision is what our various policies are there. So we have 856 kilometers of national highways which are declared in Tripura. We have Agatla-Akhora rail link, which is with the neighboring country. Then we have direct flights to Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and other cities also. Then, as I said, we have the third international gateway, and most of our villages, more than 85% of our villages are connected with net connectivity, and because of this, our governance is becoming more of an e-governance model where even our panchayats are able to process their files on the e-office. So up to panchayat level, we have implemented e-office. That is a testimony of how robust our e-governance system is in Tripura. And we also have the declared protocol route with India, Bangladesh. So industrial infrastructure, as I was saying, we have 20 industrial estates, one recently added, including 3 sector-specific zones and 1 SEZ also. We have a good 80 BCM reserves of natural gas reserves, out of which roughly around 40 have been proved. There is a huge potential to further explore that also. The beauty is that 2 of our industrial estates are connected with this natural gas pipelines, because of which our industrial estate, which is Bojjumnagar Industrial Park, has been declared as a challenger in the DPIT's industrial park rate system. This is the only industrial park in the entire Northeast to be rated as a challenger in the challenger category. So these are our priority sector. The state has declared 6 areas as its priority sector: rubber, bamboo, IT, agar, and food processing. The intention is that there will be additional incentives provided in these priority sector. So rubber, we are the second largest rubber producing state. 1 rubber park is already there. We are saturated. Hence, we have just started one more new rubber park has been declared. We are developing the infrastructure. It is a 125 hectare area rubber park which is being developed with all the facilities of common effluent treatment plant and other facilities will be there. Then we have 21 species of bamboo which are available in Tripura, because of which we have this bamboo park is also developed. And IT, lot of potential. Food processing and tourism, I'll just tell in future. The state policies, these are the recent state policies which have been introduced. The highlighted one, Tripura Industrial Investment Policy, was just launched in October 24, which mainly speaks about our thrust sectors as well as the bespoke initiatives which we want to provide to the prospective investors who would invest more than about 100 crores in the state. So they will be able to, we will be able to negotiate with them on the bespoke initiatives as required. So tourism is one of our most important sector. Our Secretary Tourism is also here. That shows the importance that Tripura is giving for tourism. We have 33 recognized tourist destinations. The first one, Unnakoti Kailashahar, is one of the huge bas relief structures which is there. We are planning to getting it into the UNESCO's World Heritage. We are in the process for that. Ujjain Palace is in Agartala itself. There's a royal palace, and the adjacent one is a Neer Mahal, which is a water palace. It's again a big water palace. So with these two palaces, we have a huge, royal tourism is also one of the prospective there. Huge potential over there. Chabimura, which is Amarpur, the downwal. It's a river Gomati. In that, when you are going on a boat, on either sides of the bank, you can see huge sculptures which have been developed, and these are almost 6-7 centuries old, 6-7 AD actually. And there's a beautiful structure. It has an amazing scope for water tourism and adventure tourism also. And Tripura Sundari Temple is one of our 51 Shakti Peeths. This is the project which we wanted to pitch, Dumbur Lake. So this lake is about 48 square kilometers with roughly about more than 40 islands over there. It has a good scope to be developed as on the lines of Maldives. Let me just play the video of this. There's a small 48 islands which already tourism has developed one of the islands, but there are other islands waiting to be developed. Yeah. This is the island which has been developed by the tourism with lot of log huts. So this lake has the potential for lot of water sports can come in, and the other islands can be taken up and developed as a nice ecotourism destinations, or just for meditation or for health and wellness. So this is one of the biggest opportunities we have now. Yeah, with respect to IT, these are the different policies. I'll just tell you the investable projects which we are looking at it. We have this data center possibilities there, and one more IT park is what we are looking at. We have 2 IT parks as of now, but we are looking for an IT park in a bigger way. And there is a lot of scope for IT technology in agriculture, food processing, as well as tourism sectors. If we look at skill and education, there are a good number of already educational institutes in Tripura, ranging from National Institute of Technology, TIT, and we have 2 medical colleges, also one of them which has just come up recently in the private. And we also have a National Law University and National Forensic University. The opportunities which we are looking for in the skill sector, I've shared with some of the investors today, is Center of Excellence in Rubber and Oil sector. You are aware that, in fact, it's natural gas. You're aware that the entire Northeast has good amount of natural gas reserves. So this center of excellence can actually work as a core center wherein the people are trained and can be used for the entire Northeast for this in this sector as a skilled resources. So we are looking for the investors who can support us on this. And establishing a linguistic center through skill department, we have placed some of the students in Japan. That is when we realized that the linguistic center would be very essential over here. So we are looking for establishment of linguistic center. And of course, a skill university with rapidly developing infrastructure in the Northeast, and Northeast being aimed as a regional hub for entire development. So I think this presents a very good opportunity. In the health sector, if you look at it, we have a lot of medical tourism also. At present, the doctor-patient ratio is 1:3,500 roughly, which we are looking for 1:1,000. And there are 2 private medical colleges. We have 10 pharmacy colleges. More importantly, we have every day 500 to 700 patients coming from Bangladesh for medical facilities. And they also use Agartala airport to go to, say, Kolkata or, say, Hyderabad or even Vellore also. So that's a huge potential which is available. These are the current medical colleges which we have in Tripura, both in the government as well as private sector. I would just discuss this multi-specialty hospital which we are looking at. This is in heart of Agartala, which is a capital city. It's an area of 5 acres is what we are proposing. It is just 11.5 kilometers from the airport, and from our own secretariat office, it's just 5 kilometers. So 5.59 acres with the scope of even further development also. This is it's a good scope for super specialty hospital. We are looking for 2B plus basement as well as G+7 is what we are looking for. The details are worked out. We can, if anybody is interested, I would like to discuss it after the event also. Then food processing sector, we have Queen Pineapple, which is our state fruit, and a lot of jackfruit. In these sectors, the processing of is one opportunity. Apart from that, floriculture. Because of the climate what we have, there's a huge scope for floriculture in terms of greenhouse. By using the greenhouses, we are open if anybody is interested. Along with that, cold chain logistics, especially for the movement of these fruits and processed fruits to be transported to the other parts of the country as well as the world. Agar. Our capital city, Agartala, derives its name from agar. We have 83% of total agar trees in India, which is about 5 million. We've also come up with the first agar wood policy also. Now, there is a huge demand-supply gap in agar wood sector, and that is the scope, and that is a potential where you all can come in. And the potential is both in domestic market as well as in the international market. The investable projects, what we are looking in agar sector is, we have more than 5 million trees, agar, which I said, which are mature trees, but they're all in the private, in the individual's land. So you can actually look at buying those mature trees, inoculate them, and also help us in improving the distillation process so that the quality of agar oil which is produced, it can be improved. So in the entire value chain analysis, we have a lot of opportunities, right from buying the mature trees to setting up of the distillation plants. Bamboo sector, Tripura's bamboo, I would just give one testament of it, that in the video what you saw, the bamboo plants which are being produced, that they are adorning the walls of our new parliament over there. So I think I would not say beyond more than that for our bamboo sector. The potential what we are looking, or the projects what we are looking, is to develop one more integrated bamboo park with products coming up to biomass, briquettes, pellets and charcoal. Till now we have been focusing more on the incense sticks and the other products and the bamboo planks. But we are also looking at the biomass briquettes so that the value chain of the bamboo is completed. Lastly, the rubber sector. It is also again a thrust sector. So in the rubber sector, we are looking for collaboration for modern smokehouses, processing centers, rubber wood furniture, as well as latex-based industries is what we are looking for. I thank all of you for your time, and I cordially invite you by taking the use of this platform to invite you to Destination Tripura Investor Summit in Agartala on 7th and 8th of February. All of you are welcome. And I would only say that with the stable government and responsive administration, you can expect an excellent cooperation from Tripura. We expect you to see in the month of February. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for extending an invitation to transform Tripura. And now the next presentation is by Madam Karma Doma Yutso, Secretary, Commerce and Industries Department, Government of Sikkim. Ma'am.
Good afternoon to everybody. I'll just show you my presentation, which is quite brief. And after the presentation, we'll have a promotional video as well. So the first is just the map of Sikkim. You can see we are a very small state, just 7096 in square kilometers. But our size is our strength, I always say. So this is the overview. We share 3 international borders with Nepal, Bhutan, and China, and we have a small population of over just 6 lakhs. And the literacy rate, you can say, is quite high. And the GSDP is one of the highest in the country, with 6 districts, and we are home to one of the highest peaks of Mount Kanchenjunga and the rivers of Tista and Rangit. And we are a very rich biodiversity. We have been declared as one of the biodiversity hotspots. So the approach, how to approach Sikkim, this is the connectivity. Of course, you all know that we had some problems last year because we had the GLOF, but slowly and steadily we are returning to normalcy. So we have the National Highway NH10, and the districts are connected by district highways. And one important thing is we have highest road density in the country. Our nearest airport is Pakyong Airport, and the other one is in West Bengal, Bagdogra, and the railroad is NJP. But the important thing is Sikkim is being connected by railway by next year, December. Then these are the enabling structures why you should invest in Sikkim. One is education. If you see, we have 2 central universities. For a small state like Sikkim, we have many universities and institutions. Like we have 15 private universities and 8 technical institutions. For social infrastructure, we have one of the biggest hospitals, which is under the government. It is actually 1,000 plus bedded multi-speciality hospital. We also have the Manipal Institute. And as for tourism, the guest occupancy in hotels is very high. And in the industrial infrastructure, we have government and private land bank system, which is available for investment. With the existing industrial parks, we have 2, and we are proposing for another 2 industrial parks. Now, these are the policies that are in place, and this would be your regulatory support. So we have the Sikkim Investment Facilitation Board constituted in 2022, Sikkim Single Window System, which will be quite easy for you to get through your papers. And we have the newly notified SIIP, that is Sikkim Industrial and Investment Promotion Policy. So this will facilitate in ease of doing business. And the second is the sectoral policies like Sikkim Ecotourism Policy. Like you all know, tourism is a priority sector, and we emphasize on ecotourism. So we have the tourism promotion policy, the IT policy, and MSME policy, the startup, which is in the final draft stage, the white paper on creative economy, and we also have the Sikkim film policy because we want to promote Sikkim as a film destination. In addition to this, I also want to inform you that we are in the final stage of notifying the Sikkim logistics policy. So these are the state priority sectors. Like, as you all know, tourism is a mainstay. So we have a very high footfall of tourists, and we are home to Mount Kanchenjunga, as I said, and we have the Kanchenjunga National Park, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and this is the first for India in the mixed category, that is for culture and for nature. And we have nature tourism as in adventure tourism, wellness tourism. So these are all the sectors where you can think of investing, and it will give you high dividends. Then the next is, as we all know, Sikkim is the only organic state. So the focus is high on agri-horti food processing, only certified organic state. So investment is in large cardamom, ginger, turmeric, and our Dalle chili, which is one of the hottest chilies. And we have buckwheat, Sikkim mandarin orange, one of the sweetest oranges that you'll find in the world. We have wheat, Then we have kiwi, green peas processing. So these are the areas where you can think about investing. Then we have the farmer sector. We already have more than 55 major farmer units. So this is Sikkim is already a farmer hub, but there are still places where you can explore. And in the IT and ITS also, you have IT and Cyber Village initiatives, Sikkim Open Data Acquisition and Dissemination Policy. This will help you in setting up your ventures. And then next is we already ventured into major hydro projects, but now our government's focus is on micro hydropower. So we have a total potential of 8,000 megawatts and small micro hydel potential of 1,000 megawatts. Then we come to arts and crafts. So we have very rich heritage in wood, bamboo, and handicrafts. Sikkim carpets are known world over, like Thangka painting, which you know, it is wall hanging, which is hand painted, intricately designed, and it is loved by people from all over the world. Then we have the wood carvings. So if you've seen, we have our typical tables, which are known as choksies, which are fully handcrafted, and some are hand painted. So these are our traditional crafts. Along with that, we have our traditional handlooms, like the traditional attires which we wear. They are all handmade. Then film, music, and sports. So as I said, like, we are trying to make Sikkim into a film destination. We are blessed with beautiful nature, beautiful locales. So you can think of Sikkim as a film destination for shooting your films. Then Music Academy and Sports Academy as well. Then into the large scale projects which you can venture in, we have e-vehicle manufacturing and assembling, like in four-wheelers, manufacture of spare parts and private investment. And like I said before, in mega hydro projects, the investment will be more than 1,000 crores. In the Teesta belt, we have 2,000 megawatt hydroelectric power. Then we can also think of setting up food park. We have a huge land in Gazing district, which is in the western part of the state, and investment can be up to 50 crores. Then we have the semiconductors and microchip manufacturing, like setting up industrial parks at Gangtok, which is the capital, and Pakyong, which is just a few kilometers away from the state capital, Namchi, which is in south, and Soreng, which is in west. So here you can think about 500 crore of investment, and the mode will be on PPP. Then Film Studio and Music Academy, which I have already told you before. So this will be for 500 crore, again in PPP mode. Then ABGC, this is picking up really well in Sikkim. So here we also are thinking of investment on private investment or on PPP mode. Then amusement park, we want to develop amusement park near Gangtok, where investment about 200 crores or more, with clubhouses, sports, and restaurants. Then other potential projects you can see: heli-tourism from Kolkata, Bhutan, Nepal, like, since we share the international borders, ITITs. If you see 5-star hotels also, because our tourist footfalls are growing in spite of the connectivity issues that we had last year, it's growing. The tourist inflow is still growing, and luxury and wellness spas. Then the logistic, film studio, international residential schools. We just have recently, Delhi Public School has opened in Gangtok. So there are still more opportunities to be ventured into. And microbreweries, that's also picking up quite fast. And Sikkim Carpet Manufacturing Unit. You can just have a look at the table. So traditional furniture making, you can make a cluster, solid waste recycling, Then these are the government incentives, like we are implementing the Unnati scheme with all enthusiasm and zest. And we are having awareness programs and people are really coming forward. Everybody seems to be interested in Unnati scheme nowadays. So these would be the incentives. So most of the places we have in Zone B. Now why invest in Sikkim? Now border trade with China, Bhutan and Nepal. The border trade with China, which across the Nathula Pass, as of now, after the COVID pandemic, it's stopped right now, but we are hopeful that it will begin again. And the state government is trying its best to have another trade route through Chiwa Benjang, which is in West Sikkim, for Nepal. So that will be border trade with Nepal. Now we have a very pleasant climatic condition. We are blessed from tropical to alpine climatic zones. That's why we are a biodiversity hotspot. So environmentally responsible, we are known as the green state of India. We are the first organic certified state, and freshwater availability with 315 glaciers and the world's third highest mountain peak, which we also call it a guardian deity. Then we have hydropower generation capacity of 8,000 megawatt potential. Then our population can speak in English. Our literacy rate is very high, as I said before, which is above the national average. And as you all know, Sikkim is known for its hospitality. I hope you'll agree with that. And we have one of the lowest crime rates in the country. So our USP is our peace, our tranquility, and we have a very, very stable government. The present government enjoys absolute majority, winning 31 seats out of the 32 assembly seats. So a stable government and peaceful environment, that would be, one of the reasons for you to invest in Sikkim. So further details, please, you can contact Director, Commerce and Industries, or you can also contact me. Thank you. We'll have a promotional video after this.
Can I request you, can we play the video in between the two sessions? Is that, ma'am? Can we do that? Because we have really overshot the time, and sorry I had to do that. But then the next presentation is by Mr. Rennie Wilfred, Joint Secretary, Government of Nagaland.
Thank you. Good evening to all delegates on the dais and off the dais. Good evening, sir. Secretary Donna. Investment promotion is something that Nagaland has been struggling to grasp, and for the last few years we have been trying our best to lay the foundations in form of policy changes, necessary corrective measures which provides inflow of investors. Before I start my pitch presentation to the investors, I would like to make few requests to the donor. Sir, when we are having investors, there are difficulties with respect to FDI and other entities, specifically with respect to RBI clearances and clearances with respect to SEZs. So, sir, one request would be if there could be a special empowered group of secretaries, like in case of aspirational district, where such clearance can be fast tracked for northeastern states. Secondly, sir, for exposures like that of what is happening in World Economic Forum and networking possibilities, currently northeastern states are not part of it. If there could be possibilities for us to visit those as part of state delegation or as part of the nation's delegations, at least one state per northeast, that would be the second request. Third is that when it comes to export of our producers, AI CLS is not implemented in northeastern states except for Assam. That would be the third request to the ministry to take it up if on a priority. These specifically are with respect to our foundations. With respect to the pitch presentation, Nagaland, for the purpose of promoting our economy, is in need of investors in the area of cold chains, food processing, export of agri-handloom, agri-produce and handloom, floriculture logistics, bamboo, experiential tourism, consultancy services who are well versed with venture capital, AIF and acceleration ecosystem, investors in the area of drone and aerospace, medicinal and aromatic plants, solar energy. And Nagaland is currently investing in specific areas of interventions, wherein the state is coming with a smart city called Nagaki, where we are zoning the areas into education city, health city, techno city, and green energy subsection. There is a new airport being proposed in the name of Chiatu. There is a state trans-state highway called Foothill Road being implemented. So for all those investors and consultants present here, in any of these areas, if you are interested in partnering with state government, we warmly welcome you. We would be able to provide necessary support in form of policy corrections, assistance in form of identification of land, partnerships, or clearances wherever it is needed. We would be able to provide dedicated teams assigned to you to follow up through the whole process of implementation. The opportunities that are there in Nagaland are more or less aligned with the opportunities present in other states also with respect to the tourism sector, medical sector, agri-produce and all. So we warmly welcome each and every one of you who would like to explore your opportunities in Nagaland and find your areas getting fruitful through negotiations. I would like to introduce one person, Mr. Nengshi Vati. Nengshi, if you can please stand up. He will be the investment officer for Government of Nagaland. And if you want to connect, he will be available. I will be also available to connect. With this, I will proceed to the small video which has been prepared.
Nagaland is a young, dynamic and culturally vibrant state that shines in the spotlight. Whether in tourism, fashion or music. But that's not all. Nagaland is an emerging destination, brimming with opportunities evolving from a cultural hotspot into a hub of creativity, innovation and enterprise. Nagaland has witnessed a steady economic growth rate over the years. Agriculture remains a cornerstone of our economy and aims to transition from subsistence to a surplus, export-driven market. Strategically positioned as India's gateway to Southeast Asia, Nagaland offers unique access to emerging markets through improved connectivity. With plans underway for the development of National Waterway 101, Nagaland is set to become a vital hub for regional trade and investment. Nagaland is rich in high-value natural resources, from organic pineapples and specialty teas to bamboo, artisanal crafts, and a growing tourism industry. The The state is also adopting a balanced mix of technology and indigenous knowledge to enhance productivity and sustainability. Our aim is to increase export potential through market linkages, delivering products to global markets. Our youthful, dynamic workforce is the engine behind Nagaland's growing startup ecosystem. With a target to establish 500 new startups, from tech to agribusiness, we are laying the groundwork for diverse enterprises and aims to be a model startup leader. Nagaland is committed to developing a skilled and adaptable workforce, as evident from its allocation of 16.1% of the 2023-24 budget to education. As the Investment Promotion Agency of Nagaland, IDAN is here to partner with you in exploring the wealth of opportunities our state has to offer. Come, share our journey towards sustainable growth.
Thanks to Ministry of Donor, DPIIT, and all others, Vicky and all others helped us to come over here and present ourselves. And we warmly invite both investors and consultants to come forward and partner with us and explore the opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next presentation is by Madam Chingthan Mavi Goite, Advisor and Joint Secretary Planning and Program Implementation, Government of Mizoram. All right. I have just received information that the Honorable Minister is already on his way, requesting all the rest of the speakers to please wrap up within 5 to 6 minutes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected officials from Ministry of Donor, my fellow colleagues from the Northeast states, and everybody who is present here. I will go through the presentation as fast as I can. It is my privilege to stand before you today. As a background glimpse, we can see that Mizoram has rich forest resources. Forest cover is 84.53%. 57% of its total geographical area is covered by bamboo. And we have, my colleagues from other states, our literacy rate is high, 91.33%, ensuring a skilled and educated, computer literate workforce. During this roadshow, we would like to shift our focus from going through various sectors to a very few selected sectors. For renewable, first I would like to go through the renewable energy. Our total potential renewable energy is 11,392.9 megawatt, whereas the installed capacity is only 135.78. So I would like to say that there is huge potential in exploring this sector if there is anybody interested, and the state government is open to investment in this sector. And next, like we always pitch, the government is actively supporting tourism. We are interested in promoting tourism. We are doing our best, and we have ready infrastructures where we are offering partnerships with anybody who is interested to maintain and operate the already constructed Tenzolf Golf Course and resorts. I would also like to mention that the state government had set up a State Institute of Hotel Management just 12 kilometers from Aizawl, and this infrastructure is ready. If there is anybody who is interested in using this in collaborating with the state government to run a certificate, a diploma, a degree course in tourism and hospitality management, etc. The state government is very open. And next, I would like to present on the opportunities in the entertainment industry. The Mizo film industry is young but growing fast. In just 4 years, startups like Lersia Play, Rune Moy, and Zonet Empire have helped it grow from nothing to earning over rupees 20 crore with films made on small budgets of even less than rupees 20 lakhs. So even with limited resources, local talent has produced great films, and some have even made it to Bollywood. We invite filmmakers, producers, and other entities in the entertainment business to come and explore this potential. Next, it is why Mizoram for filmmaking. I would like to say that Mizo films, it appeals to the Mizos, not only to the Mizos, due to its cultural affinities and general appeal in the neighboring countries like Myanmar, Thailand, and Malaysia. In fact, about 30% of viewers for Mizo films come from these neighboring countries. So with targeted investment in studios, equipment, and training, Mizoram can become a hub for films that reach not just India but also the Southeast Asian nations. It's a big opportunity waiting to be explored. We have the chance to create a Northeast wave. We believe that we have a chance to create a Northeast wave in film and entertainment, similar to the global success of the Korean wave. Infrastructure development would include what we have identified is, for example, visual effects studio, modern theaters, film schools, and advanced production facilities. So with proper with targeted budget and collaborations, Mizoram's creative industry can unlock significant revenue potentials. Now, next, these are self-explanatory. Next, I would like to mention that the music industry of Mizoram is gaining importance. Mizos love music, Western music, even Hindi film songs, even though we don't understand half of it, and its culture is deeply rooted in music. So the lately there have been rise of digital platforms like Darbo Music. It's an app-based music which has revolutionized the music distribution. It enables artists to monetize their work and talent. Despite a population of just over 10 lakh, Esther Namte, rendition of the national anthem has gathered more than 4.5 crore views, and top local artists consistently achieve over 2 crore views for their hit singles. So we believe that the music industry in Mizoram has potential, and we are looking for investors to network with, to work with, and to help us in establishing state-of-the-art music production studios, investing in sound engineering and music schools, and supporting mainstream platforms to reach wider audiences. And third, opportunities regarding the creative arts which we would like to pitch today is, Mizos we have natural flair for colors and fashion sense. Local designers and stylists are slowly emerging in the fashion industry. So we believe that there is a scope for establishing production and training for textile production, training, apparel manufacturing, etc. And building supply chains and e-commerce platforms will connect Mizo fashion to national and global markets. So with these short slides, I would like to invite investors that come to Mizoram. There are lots of local startup entrepreneurs with whom alliances can be made, and invite established fashion houses and apparel making firms, those in the garment business such as casual high street or Western wear, to come and explore this potential opportunities. Mizoram stands as a unique investment destination by investing in its growing sectors like film, music, fashion. We can go together on a path to greater development and growth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And the next presentation is by Mr. Cyril Dingdo, Secretary Planning, Government of Meghalaya. So requesting you 5 to 6 minutes at the top.
Thank you. Secretary Donor, sir, Joint Secretary Donor, all the senior officials from various state governments of the northeastern state, ladies and gentlemen, and most of all the investors who are gathered here. So Meghalaya is, I'll go straight to the point in the interest of time. We are a state with 3.8 million population and an economy of about $5.9 billion, a high literacy rate. India is a very young country. In fact, Meghalaya has even a younger population. About 55% of Meghalaya's population is in the working age group, so that's a huge potential for skilled manpower. And we are an education hub. We have an IIM, a NIFT, an NIT, etc. And we have been the education hub for the Northeast for some time now. So our vision is actually to double our state's economy from about $5.9 billion to $10 billion by 2028. Our Honorable Chief Minister has been articulating this vision in many an occasion, and we're looking for private sector investment of at least $1 billion. So what are our business enablers? We have enacted the Meghalaya State Investment Promotion and Facilitation Act in 2024, which has created a single nodal agency called Invest Meghalaya Authority. We have created many investor-friendly policies. I'll speak about them a little later. We have a centralized inspection system to ensure that single window approvals are given on time. We are creating many land banks, and we have a unified investment portal and a dedicated team in IMA to facilitate investors. These are some of the important support ecosystem we have. In terms of infrastructure, we have industrial estates. We have the new unified investment portal, which we are digitizing. We have skilled manpower, the state skill development mission, under which a lot of skilling is happening. In the startup ecosystem, we were recognized by DPIIT, getting recognition among the top states in the Himalayan region. And we have the new industrial policy, which I'll highlight. In terms of our industrial estates, we have about 10 of them. As of now, we are creating more. Almost 263 acres are left, which we can still allot for various industries. In fact, recently, 300 crore Varun Beverages plant, Pepsi plant, is coming up in the Mendipathar industrial estate, that 8 acres in North Garo Hills. We have industrial estates along the border with Assam, which gives us important connectivity from the Guwahati airport. And we have other industrial estates, as you see in the map, throughout the state, including in Shillong and in Tura. Our industrial estates are, in a way, future ready in terms of connectivity, in terms of having basic infrastructure and availability of water and power. In fact, we were able to leverage the Unnati scheme. So we came up with our industrial investment promotion policy in the year 2024, after DPIIT came out with the Unnati scheme. So therefore, our incentives are some of the most attractive in the Northeast, because we were able to, use the Unnati scheme and then come up with our own scheme after Unnati, so that an investor who's coming to Meghalaya can get the benefit of both these schemes. If you see, Unnati has been explained in detail, so I'll not go into those details. But under the MIIPP, which is our new industrial policy of 2024, we are giving additional subsidies for renewable energy, for rainwater harvesting, for transport, for water, for drawal of power, for EPF, power service connection. And we have a customized incentive package for those who are investing more than 100 crore rupees in the state. Our priority sectors range from hotels and hospitality to tourism, to biotech, IT and ITES. Food processing is a very important sector for the state of Meghalaya, given the fact that we have a lot of horticultural products, including the world-famous Lakadong turmeric, which has the highest curcumin content in the world. almost 8 to 9% compared to the average of 2% for other types of turmeric. We are looking at also investments in fintech. We have a very young population. We are known as a music hub. So music, films, entertainment has a huge potential since we are in Mumbai, the city of Bollywood and other things. So logistics, BPO, green startups, these are our priority sectors for which we're giving incentives under our new investment policy. So just to give an example, and this is all on our Invest Meghalaya portal, it makes it very easy for you to understand. If you were to invest about 1 crore over a period of time, given the fact that some of these are GST reimbursements, you will be getting incentives worth almost 3.1 crore back. This is an example of food processing industry where, mixing both Unnati and the state investment policy. Another example, if you invest 5 crores, you're getting incentives worth almost 8.8 crores. And another example of if you have 10 crores, you're getting incentives worth 3 times, 30 crores. So these are, obviously based on some assumptions, but they're as close to the industry standards. And all of this is available on our Invest Meghalaya portal. We also have other policies which have been updated from our tourism policy of 2023 to a power policy of 2024, which looked at, this whole ecosystem of investment, to health policy, to our youth policy, our water policy. So all these policies are aligned towards attracting investment, including the PPP policy. This is our unified investment portal where we have gathered a lot of interest from investors, where there's an intent to invest form, which I'll request investors here who are interested to also, give your intent to invest. It has an information wizard. It has, details to the extent of which are the land parcels that are available for investment, so that it becomes very easy for investors to, take quick decisions, which I'll be highlighting soon. So in the IT and IT sector, that is the picture of the IT park in Shillong, where we have even global AI companies who have hired skilled manpower. 90% of the people who are in this IT park are locals who are employed by these companies. We are coming up with IT Park Phase 2, which will be over by Feb 2026, where we invite investors to come and use the plug and play model, and a Tura Technology Park also in the near future. Tourism is a huge potential, as you all know. We want to create a 5-star or a 7-star resort at the famous Orchid Lake in Umyam, which will be almost a 200 crore project. We have 28 acres of land there, which is government-owned land. We are looking at design, build, operate, and transfer. We have increased the lease period from 30 years that was there earlier to a recent cabinet decision has taken to increase it to 60 years. So land can be given up to 60 years on lease for such important projects. In Saura, Cherrapunji, one of the rainiest spots in the world, we have 50 acres where we want to have a 7-star hospitality complex. Again, government land on the same model. In New Shillong, which is our new administrative city, where we are decongesting old Shillong, where the assembly is coming up, the secretariat is coming up, we have IIM. We want a MICE and a convention center type of tourism project, almost for 200 crores on a 12-acre plot, that also government owned. Some of the key players, we already have Vivanta and Marriott. We recently signed a project with Aurica, which is by Lemon Tree Group, to have a third 5-star hotel in Shillong. So tourism has a huge potential. Food processing industry, as you know, we have a niche. We are exporting our oranges to, this is the Lulu Mall in Dubai. Our pineapples are very world famous. We have a lot of startups. So there's a huge potential for food processing, cold chain, in jackfruit and such high products like Lagadong turmeric. Some of our success stories, this is one of the world's most remote jackfruit processing center in the Garo Hills region. It's fully solar powered, so we have small units which can then connect to a larger ecosystem where private players like y'all can come in and do the aggregation. So we are already creating the enablers with our farmers to create these small processing units which can then go on towards global supply chains and national supply chains. Power sector, we have a potential of 3,000 megawatts for renewable energy. This is the list that is there. I can share this with you later. Handloom, handicrafts, and textiles also, we are very strong. We are known for our Ahimsa silk. This is an entrepreneur called Kiniho who has started a startup in Shillong where some of these beautiful silk and handmade products are fetching the highest prices. So the huge potential for fashion industry and for collaboration with other major silk houses and other textiles who are looking for low volume but very high quality silk products. We're also looking at investments in the education and skill sector. As we know, Shillong has one of the best climates. Meghalaya as a whole has great climate for setting up educational institutions, and many of them are very attracted with the climate, especially, and the enabling infrastructure. Other focus sectors, we want to look at pharma, we are looking at specialized hospitals, given our close proximity to the Guwahati airport, and even our airport, we are expanding. Hopefully in the next 1 year, with the support of Ministry of Civil Aviation, DONA, and other ministries, we are able to expand our airport. It is possible, and we'll have direct connectivity to the major cities, including Mumbai. Music, films, and entertainment are our stronghold. We can set up academies for film, music, athlete training. Sports City, the Northeast United Football Club is setting up its base in Shillong. We are constructing the largest football stadium in the country, 40,000 capacity in the near future. This is the visit of Honorable Vice President. These are some of the road shows that we had. The MOU signing recently in Delhi, where we signed MOUs worth almost 4,500 crores. This was done by the state government in Meghalaya House in Delhi. Our CM was present, and a lot of people have showed interest. And I'll just conclude with this slide where, Meghalaya, Shillong is emerging as the music capital of India. Every big international artist who plays in India plays definitely in Shillong. These are the artists who have played, and Ed Sheeran will be performing in the month of February. So I invite all of you to come and experience the music of Shillong and to also look at investable opportunities. With these words, I thank all of you for your patient listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. And now I will call upon Mr. Benjamin Chaudhary, consultant to the government of Manipur, for the next presentation. 5 minutes is all that we can give you because the Honorable Minister is headed to the venue. So I will now call upon Mr. Arun Kumar Sinha, Principal Secretary. Sir, please.
Madam Secretary Donor, investors who are present, I welcome you all, sir. I'll be trying to finish, as fast as possible. Definitely below 10 minutes. When it comes to our state, it's a very young state and literacy rate is very high. We have very high English-speaking youth. Again, it's a very small state. We have an area of only 22,000 square kilometers. But our weather is very pleasant when it compared to Delhi, where AQI, I don't know how many, but ours is below 50. So anybody who wants to leave Delhi and come, you can have a really nice time at Imphal. Connectivity-wise, we are well connected by air. We have 4 flights daily from Delhi, and of course, through Guwahati and Kolkata, you can reach anywhere in the country. Very soon, we'll be having a rail line, and Asian highways crossing Manipur. So we are gateway to Southeast Asia. You can, by road, you can go to Thailand, Singapore, other places. Most of the policies are in place. I'll not be going into very detail of these. So most of the policy which is required for investment, they are in place. We have also set up now our investment promotion agency, which will be operational very soon. Other than Unnati, we also provide some of the incentive from our own, from the state government. Like, for example, I can say, in terms of insurance premium, you get 100% on capital investment for 10 years. Transport subsidy, you get 25% for transportation of raw material exceeding a distance of 50 kilometers. 25% air freight from Kolkata airport for 5 years. Power subsidy also you get for micro and small from 1 to 50 kilowatt, you get 50% subsidy. Medium industry, 25 to 125 kilowatt, you get 23.7% subsidy. And large industry, you get 17.3% subsidy. We also have, if you buy quality control equipment, you get 30% subsidy from the state government. Likewise, we are providing these incentives over and above Unnati that you are getting from Government of India. As I said, we have industrial park where places are available. We have 7 industrial park. 5 are operational and 2 are under construction. In agriculture sector, we have this unique product which has a huge potential for export. We have started, last year we have exported around 6 crore worth of this rice. And this rice is grown in Manipur and it has really huge potential if anybody wants to come in, either increasing the acreage, processing, export, whichever area that they are interested in. Then, we are home for many aromatic plants and medicinal plants. Again, there you have huge potential for whichever value chain that you want to come in. Tea and rubber plantation. And bamboo again is we have a huge coverage for bamboo, and here we are very low in the value chain. So anybody wants to invest here, you have a huge potential for investment in bamboo. In horticulture, we have a huge potential. You can see area-wise, still we are, half of it is not covered. These are some of our products that we are producing in Manipur. Our oranges is really, I'll say, one of the best in the country. Much better than what is available in the market. Chili, again, is very famous. Now, we have also started growing kiwis, avocado, and other fruits. Our main issue here is we get lots of, fruits gets damaged. So we require investment in cold chain and other places in value chain. If anybody is interested, we have huge potential here. As I said, you can come in cold chain, vacuum freezer, or you can also come for contract farming. In textile handloom, we have good number of viewers. We have almost more than 3 lakhs viewers. And our product is really good, but here the issue is we are able to provide, make for our own people, but we are not able to take it outside. So if anybody is interested in improving the design, get orders from outside, we have enough people who can make for the outside world. And there also, again, I am saying it has huge potential. And we give lots of subsidy from the government. We provide you 15 to 20% subsidy on yarn over and above what you buy from National Handloom Corporation. So you have potential here. And as I said, this corner craft, then pottery, and then in handloom. And in handloom textile, you can really come in a big way for supplying it outside. Tourism, as I said, we have very good, culturally we are very rich. Our cuisine is very good. Anybody who wants to eat any non-vegetarian food, Manipur is really a great place to be in. And as I said, our climate is very good. So there are some of the services, and even in the interior, we are providing helicopter services, which is very subsidized to different district headquarters in the hills. These are some of the projects where we require we are looking for investment. 5-star hotel in Imphal city, land is available. Then homestay, if somebody is interested in developing homestay. A ropeway from the Okhrul town to Siro Hills. Siro Hills, I mean, this is a place where a particular kind of lily grows. That's the only place where it grows. A lot of people go and visit this place. So we have we require a ropeway there if somebody is interested. Then again, a ropeway from Sendra to Karang Island. Then we are also looking for a 3-star hotel at Sendra Hillock. Then we are looking for a multi-purpose tourism complex at Imphal. Again, as I said, there is hardly any recreation facility available here. So as far as people visiting is concerned, there is no issue. If anybody is interested, we can have this kind of multi-purpose tourism complex can be developed. Then, of course, as I said, helicopter services if somebody is interested. Then this is water adventure park can be developed here. This is a place where you can weave story here because there is one village which is submerged in this, and it's really we can showcase this unique history of this place by putting a water adventure park. And skill development, we require investment. We have a very young population. We have 7 lakh job seekers. And these are the area which is already we are doing tourism hospitality. You can find our young people anywhere. Now you have a huge requirement in caregiving outside India. Again, we have started doing that, and recently we have sent 14 people to Japan. So if anybody is interested in doing skill development in these areas and providing jobs, you have a huge potential here. Then we have an IT park where we have lots of investable projects. We have a place for hotels, hospitals, and also for residential complex. So if anybody is interested in coming up and developing these places, there is a huge potential here, and it is a IT SEZ where we will be providing spaces to different IT companies. So this is one place where we have huge potential. If anybody is interested, they can come in either PPP mode or otherwise. We are open to all. So thank you. And I once again request you to come to Manipur.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Sinha, for the presentation on Manipur. And now we move to the penultimate presentation, and this will be by the government of Arunachal Pradesh, and we have Mr. Benjamin Chaudhary.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm delighted you to invite in this presentation of investment potential of Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh, the land of rising sun, brimming with immense potential, with its rich natural resources, vibrant culture, and strategic location. It has a plethora of opportunities. So I invite all the investors to explore the myriad possibilities. So we are the largest state in the entire Northeast, gateway to the Asian countries, and the second largest and least explored tourist destination. So we almost have 40% out of the total India's hydropower potential. By investing in Arunachal Pradesh, you can unlock the benefits like low tariffs rate, industrial areas at very low rates, blessed with good water access, peaceful law and order, and 60% of youth population. So these are some focus areas: textile, agriculture, tourism and hospitality, minerals, hydrocarbon, education. So to facilitate the investment ecosystem and to bring all the relative activities under one umbrella, Arunachal Pradesh has its own dedicated division as nodal agency, then its own promotion agency, ease of doing business, and startup facilitation. Some of the trust factors we can see here: Muga silkworm, hand knotted carpets, can bamboo. Many of them already have received GI tags. Muga silkworm, you might have known that it is one of the strongest thread on earth. So these are a few trust areas: handlooms, woolen hosiery. So we have the resources, but we do not have the manufacturing facility. So I invite the investor to take the opportunity. Some potential areas in textile and handloom handicrafts. The production of eri silk through multiple crops throughout the year is happening. So 93% of our total production is eri silk production. It is a very good demand. So with the help of innovation, so we can create a market demand for innovative fabrics for saris and other garments. So these are the few snapshots of the paddy plantation and from the field of nut plantation. So these are the horticulture we have. We are the largest producer of kiwi in the country. So this is the mega food park at Papumpare, which will connect the farmers to the producers directly, which will result in minimizing the wastage, and it will create jobs. So another industrial area at Nigmoy. So we've been awarded with these 3 awards, like Best Emerging Destination, Best Emerging Green Tourist Destination, and Most Offbeat Destination. So let's have a look at the various tourism activities. So this is the religious tourism at Namsai, the Golden Pagoda, one of the best religious location for the Buddhists. Then these are some few ecotourism locations, spiritual tourism locations. So here people from Nepal and various parts of the country comes to pay tribute to Lord Parsuram. So you might have seen this movie, which was shot in Arunachal Pradesh a few years back. So this is the film. This is the music festival which happens in Zero every year. So we too are trying to develop music industry and film industry in Arunachal Pradesh. So these are some landscapes. Some patriotic tourism location is also there. So again, Teju, it's a beautiful place where Parsuram Kund is located. Bomjir, to get familiar with the local custom and the cultural heritage, one can visit to Bomjir. So this is Bomdila, another house of the monasteries. Tourism land at Zero. Again, here every year the music festival happens. So government is actively trying to develop education and skill development sector in the Arunachal Pradesh and trying to attract world-class education and skill development institutes in the Arunachal Pradesh. So the investor can fill these gaps and take the opportunity like subsidies, grants, and tax exemptions and whatnot. Soon the state is launching innovation, skill, education, and employment trinity, providing 25,000 plus employment and self-employment opportunities in next 5 years. So we can have a look at the pathway to the digital transformation. So we have a good resources of hydrocarbons also. We can look at the picture. These are the hydro project going on in Arunachal Pradesh. You can. So lastly, if you invest in Arunachal Pradesh, you can get the benefits from Unnati as well as Arunachal Pradesh State Industrial Investment Policy. Thank you.
Thank you. And the last presentation will be by the Government of Assam, Mr. Vijay Bhaskar Reddy, Secretary, T&D Department. So I have been just told that the Honorable Minister will be at the hotel any minute from now. So we need to close this session max 6 to 7 minutes. Yes.
Good evening, sirs and ma'ams. Today we'll be giving a brief presentation about investment opportunities in Assam. So Assam has a unique advantage in the northeastern region in terms of resources, strategic geographical location, vibrant industrial ecosystem, investor-friendly policy framework. So last 10 years, Assam has witnessed increased GDP growth rate with financial year 23 recording as around 4.78 lakh crore. We are expecting 5,70,000 lakh crore GSDP in this present year. We also had increased FDI flows around 20 million in the last 5 years. So regarding the strategic location of Assam and also the northeastern region with respect to ASEAN countries and BIMSTEC and BBM countries, with a consumer base of around 200 people. So the Kaladan multimodal project and Asian Highway 1 and Asian Highway 2 also enables the northeastern region and also Assam to export its products to the ASEAN countries. Regarding the industrial ecosystem, we do have one international airport and 6 domestic airports and national highways of around 2,500 kilometers, state highways of around 2,000 kilometers and railways of around 2,500 kilometers. We do have 2 waterways, major waterways, and 2 multimodal logistic parks are also there in Assam. We do have 70 dedicated industrial land bank areas, and we do have sector-specific industrial parks like Tech Park in Guwahati, Food Processing Park in Guwahati, and a Plastic Park in Tinsukia, for examples. Regarding the resources, Assam is rich in crude oil, coal, and natural gas. So major players, ONGC, IOCL are already working in Assam. We are expecting investors, private investors also in these natural resources exploration and ancillary industries. Assam is rich in agricultural products. So first in tree production, ginger, second in ginger and pineapple production, and we are fourth in rubber production and fifth in bamboo production, and we are expecting investments in post-harvest technologies, cold storage, among others. Regarding the pharmaceutical sector, we do have presence of around 900 medicinal plants. We do have reputed institutes in Assam like NIPER, and there is a dedicated biotechnology policy, biotech policy in the state of Assam, wherein we provide incentives of capital subsidies, power tariff subsidies, and state GST reimbursements. We are looking in regenerative medicine investments, generic medicines investments, among others. Regarding the semiconductors, like we do have natural resources of silica, natural gas, which are favorable for the industry, and we have a dedicated semiconductor policy. And recently, Tata Group has invested 27,000 crores in Assam for the semiconductor industry. We are expecting investments in manufacturing of semiconductor fabs, the other logistics, which are mentioned here. Regarding the tourism, tourism also, which was there in the previous slide. So regarding the tourism, Assam is known for diverse culture, religions, and traditions. So we do have tourism flourishing in natural and wildlife aspects, religious aspects, and we do have 3 UNESCO recognized sites in Assam. So we are expecting investments in hospitality and in adventure tourism, among others. Regarding the handicrafts and handlooms sector, Assam is known for Muga and Eri silks, and we do have a dedicated handicraft policy, handloom policy, and we are looking into investments in garments and apparels and integrated textile parks, among others, which are not. We have a skilled human resources in the state, so we do have 20 state universities and 9 private universities, and I am happy to say that we have established one skill university wherein we train around 10,000 people, manpower every year. These are the national and international companies which are already working in Assam. Lastly, I would like to bring to your notice about the various policies dedicated to various sectors like handlooms, semiconductors, etc., which are notified here. The various subsidies are all mentioned here. I would like to all of you to go through it. Assam government is convening a investor summit in February 24th to 26th. I welcome all of you to that summit. Thank you.
With that, we come to the end of this session. I thank all the experts seated on the dais and request all you senior government officials to please join us in the audience as we move into the next session. Ladies and gentlemen, you all are requested to kindly remain seated as we are not really breaking. Just allow us a little time for a quick changeover as we set the stage for the next session. Oh. I request all the audience members to not leave their seats. Please remain in your seats. We are beginning the next session, which will see Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia Ji, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Development of North-Eastern Region, along with Professor Dr. Manik Sahaji, Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, Shri Konrad Sangamaji, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya. They all are already at the venue in the hotel and they will be joining us very, very shortly. It is just a matter of a few seconds as we have this quick changeover. Thank you for your cooperation. Requesting all those who have left their seats to please reassemble. So ladies and gentlemen, we had some fabulous state presentations from all the 8 states of northeast of India. The focus sectors were agri, food processing and allied sectors, textiles, handloom and handicrafts, entertainment and sports, education and skill development, healthcare, IT and ITES, tourism and hospitality. Well, as you saw the advantages of the Northeast, Northeast is considered to be the gateway to the Southeast Asia with abundant natural resources. It is India's green hub with diverse cultural heritage, offering government incentives, skilled workforce with growing infrastructure, a stable business environment, and access to a mega international market base. All those who have left their seats, requesting them to please be back in their seats. And I hope that you have turned your cell phones to the silent. All those who have walked in a little late, let me remind you to turn your cell phones to the silent. So the Honorable Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia ji, along with the Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, Professor Dr. Manik Saha ji, and the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Konrad Sangama ji, will be joining us any minute now. They are already at the hotel. We are awaiting the arrival of the Honorable Ministers in the Crystal Room. I announce the arrival of Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia ji, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, along with Professor Dr. Manik Saha ji, Honorable Chief Minister Tripura, and Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Konrad Sangama ji. Let us welcome them with a resounding of claps, ladies and gentlemen. We also have with us Shri Chanchal Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, Madam Mona Lisa Dash, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region. A very warm welcome to you too. So ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening again. It gives me, Manasi, great pleasure in extending a hearty welcome to all of you, especially the Honorable Ministers, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests and invitees who are present here for this special session with the Honorable Minister, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia ji. Ladies and gentlemen, the Northeast, gateway to Southeast Asia with abundant natural resources, is India's green hub with a diverse cultural heritage, offering government incentives with a skilled workforce, along with growing infrastructure, a stable business environment, and access to a mega international market base. The focus sectors of the Mumbai Roadshow of the Northeast Investors Summit are agri, food processing and allied sectors, textiles, handloom, handicrafts, environment, sports, education, skill development, healthcare, IT, ITES, tourism, and hospitality. With those words, I will request Mr. Chanchal Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, to please greet the Honorable Ministers with bouquets of flowers, beginning with Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia Ji, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region. A token of respect and love. A bouquet of flowers for the Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, Professor Dr. Manik Saha Ji. Please accept these flowers. And a bouquet of flowers for the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Conrad Sangma Ji. A hearty welcome to all of you once again. I will now call upon Mr. Bishwajit Chakraborty, Senior Director, FICCI Northeast Advisory Council, for the welcome address.
Thank you. Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia, Honorable Minister of DONA, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, Mr. Conrad Sangma, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Mr. Professor Manik Saha, Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, Mr. Chanchal Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of DONA, Ms. Mona Lisa Das, Joint Secretary, Ministry of DONA, senior officers from the Northeast, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to this leg of the investment promotion initiative of the Ministry of DONA, where FICCI is privileged to be a partner. Ladies and gentlemen, the Northeast has for long been a region waiting to happen. And now that it is actually happening, it's indeed a privilege for all of us to have with us the Honorable Minister, who is leading the charge of making the Northeast one of the most happening and the new growth engine of India. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's also a privilege for us to have with us the Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, Professor Manik Saha. Tripura, at one point in time, Tripura used to be known as the extreme east of India. Today, we have learned to look at Tripura as India's gateway to Southeast Asia and beyond. Tripura is making strides in many sectors, and it's a privilege to have you, sir, with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Meghalaya, one of the most beautiful states of the Northeast, known as the Scotland of the East, is also becoming a hub of industrial activity, hub of education, etc. And sir, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, it's a privilege to have you with us. Thank you for joining us here in Mumbai. The Ministry of DONA is doing a lot of work to ensure inclusive development in the Northeast, and this is one of the initiatives which is part of the work being done by the Ministry of DONA. Shri Chanchal Kumar, the Secretary DONA, has been meticulously working on this. He has been leading us in doing all the work related to investment promotion, etc. in the Northeast. Sir, thank you for being with us today. Ms. Mona Lisa Das, the Joint Secretary, who has been instrumental in crafting this entire initiative, the Mumbai Roadshow and other roadshows. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all of you. Welcome to the Northeast. I think the Northeast is an opportunity that you cannot afford to miss. You have listened to the presentations before this, and now you will listen to the Honorable Chief Ministers and the Honorable Minister. I welcome you once again, and thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the initial remarks setting the tone and context of this session. I will now request Madam Monalisha Das, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, for the theme presentation. Ma'am.
Honorable Union Minister Donor Aditya Singh, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Sri Konrad K. Sangma sir, Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, Dr. Manik Shah sir, Secretary Donor, Senior Director FICCI, Senior Officers representing 8 Northeastern states, and distinguished leaders, senior business leaders, and other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you to this Mumbai Roadshow. And all of us have today gathered here to explore the possibility and the abundant opportunity that Northeastern region offers to all of us. Before that, we would like to understand the macroeconomic indicators of the region. The Northeastern region, it constitutes 8% of the total area of India, whereas the population is only 4%, and the GSDP of Northeastern region it constitutes GSDP growth rate is 10.8%, that is more than the national average. The average road density in the Northeastern region is again more than the national average, and some of the Northeastern states have per capita income way above than the national average. There are many advantages associated with the Northeastern region. I would just highlight the most important ones, like the demographic advantage. As the other Northeastern state officers, they were making presentation before, you might have heard, that there is a higher working age population in the Northeastern region. That means the people are available to carry out the work. They are rich in mineral resources, like petroleum and natural gases, coal, limestone, sandstone, granite, and silicon. Agriculture resources is very rich, especially in organic products. It's very rich in biodiversity. 66% of the land mass is covered with forest, and more varieties of plants and animals are found. Some of the rare and endangered animals are found, which all are nowhere found in the world. There is a huge potential for hydropower as well, and there are more than 121 industrial parks, 4 notified special economic zones, and integrated checkposts. Many land custom stations and several border huts have already been established to facilitate the trade between the neighboring countries. Coming to the air connectivity, there are 17 operational airports. Arunachal has 4, and Assam has 7, and all other states have 1 each. Coming to the extensive road network, in the last 10 years, approximately 10,000 kilometers of national highway has been constructed in the region. 5,000 kilometers of road, national highway, is under construction, so soon we will be having 10,500 kilometers of road. Many schemes are working towards strengthening the road network of the region. Similarly, the rail network, it's very rapidly expanding. Now it has a 1,900 odd kilometers railway tracks for last 10 years. Many more projects for the strengthening in this sector is still going on. All the states have already been connected excepting Sikkim, and we are hopeful that by next year it will be connected also. Akura-Agartala rail link is already inaugurated. Trans-Asian Railway project is also in the pipeline. So a lot of progress has been happening in this sector as well. Coming to the waterways, in the last 10 years, 20 waterways in the northeastern region have been declared, especially National Waterway 2 that connects Sadia to Bangladesh border. National Waterway 16 that connects Kachar Valley with the Haldia and Kolkata port. Protocol on inland water transit and trade between Bangladesh and India has also facilitated connection between Meghalaya, Assam and Bhutan. And the Chattogram and Mongla ports of Bangladesh, they have connected the major hubs like Agartala, Dauki, Sutarkandi and Srimantpur of Tripura. So if we see, there has been a transformational initiative taken in the region. Government has first addressed all the incomplete projects and completed many important projects like Bogibel Bridge, Dhola Sadia Bridge. 8 new airports have been added in the meantime. And the multiple developmental schemes like PM Divine, Unnati and ACID for strengthening further the infrastructure in the region has been taken up by government. And in addition to these infrastructure projects, government has also taken some social initiatives like it has covered 19.7 million people under Ayushman Bharat scheme. So if we try to understand the government of India's acting East policy, then we see that Ministry of Donor itself has sanctioned 1,582 projects worth more than 22,000 crore rupees in the northeastern region in the last 10 years. Similarly, other ministries, 55 ministries, they have contributed 5.22 lakh crore rupees worth projects in the region. And in the last year itself, they have contributed more than 1 lakh rupees worth investments. And to strengthen the telecom sector as well, 1,358 towers covering more than 1,200 villages, that work has also been taken up. So why invest in northeastern region? The 4 most important pillars to attract investors, that is having adequate infrastructure, high quality regional resources products, that is the resources, and third, the skilled manpower and the market. These all 4 things are very much well developed in the northeastern region. If you try to understand the location of the northeastern region, it covers the Indian subcontinent as well as the Southeast Asian countries very well. So these are the 8 key sectors that has been identified where we feel that there is a huge potential for investments. Now we will try to touch upon each sectors. Coming to the agri and allied industries, we know that Northeast is a global hub for tea. There is abundant bamboo resources available there. For organic producers, it is a heaven. And there is a huge mass of skilled manpower available there. Food processing industries have already been established. And fruits and spices also, very unique fruits and spices are available in the region. So the opportunities before all of us is like agri-input manufacturing food processing units, for the establishment of organic farming and export, for dairy and poultry farming, fish feed, food packaging units, bamboo-based industries. Coming to the next, infrastructure and logistics. I have already talked about the infrastructure and the development of our infrastructure that has happened in the last 10 years. So the opportunities for the investors are setting up multimodal logistic hubs and industrial parks, opportunities for PPP in key infrastructure projects, for the establishment of cold chain, then inland waterways transport development, and opportunities in development of urban infrastructure as well. Coming to education and skill development, all of us know that the average literacy rate in the northeastern region is again more than the national average. And in the recent past, many institutes of repute like IIT, IIM, and NIT have been already established in the region. So far, 1,472 PMKBY centers and 109 ITIs are again established. And so far, 16.85 lakh people, the youth of northeastern region, are already trained. In collaboration with Singapore, Northeast Skill Center has already been established. And in the northeastern region, first of its kind, a university, Assam Skill University is also established. So what we can say, the opportunities in this sector are, again, there is a high demand for private schools with international curriculum. There is a demand for quality higher education in the region and demand for vocational training institutions. Coming to the entertainment and sports sector, we know that Northeast is the powerhouse of sports. And its beauty, its natural beauty also offers immense opportunity in the entertainment sector. And the Northeastern region, they are famous for the festivals and their culture. So again, like Hornbill Festival, Sangai Festival, Zero Music Festival, but this is not the end. There are endless list of festivals that are being celebrated in the Northeastern region. So the opportunities, the investors can set up sports academies, and then professional sports can be taken up, setting up film industry, film studios. Filmmaking is also a huge potential, and new festivals can be curated around this music and culture. VR and animation and gaming sector also, there is a huge potential. Similarly, in the healthcare sector, we have observed that Sikkim and Assam, they have already developed a pharma hubs ecosystem in them. And we have again observed that there is a huge demand for the medical professionals in the region. But again, it's a fact that Northeastern region has their own traditional medicine and healing practices. And many more initiatives have been taken up by Government of India to strengthen in this sector as well. So opportunities are pharmaceutical and medical devices, medical value tourism from Bangladesh especially, telemedicine for the remote areas, medical education colleges can be established, hospitals and diagnostic centers can be established, and critical care facilities can also be thought of. In the IT and ITE sector, as Tripura was saying just in their presentation, after Mumbai and Chennai, the third international internet gateway is in Agartala. So that offers a huge scope. And IT parks also almost in all states have been established. Northeast BPO promotion scheme is also in place, and the Northeastern people are extremely good at English speaking, so that puts a lot of advantage to them. So the opportunities are establishing data centers, setting up BPOs, KPOs, setting up IT training, setting up IT parks, and establishing e-commerce platforms. In the tourism and hospitality sector, tourism is the very important sector for the Northeastern region because of the natural beauty, the unique biodiversity. The tourist footfall have increased to many folds in meantime. There is a scope of wildlife tourism, adventure and ecotourism, and culturally also Northeastern states are very rich. So the opportunities, we can foresee that setting up hotels, resorts and homestays, MICE tourism, eco sports, adventure tourism, destination development and river cruises. The Ministry of Donor has established a model by means of which it has tried to identify the jewel projects, one jewel project in all 8 Northeastern states, and try to develop it as a global destinations. So for 8 states, these are the sites, like for Arunachal Sergaon, Assam it is Kaziranga, Manipur it is Moirang, Meghalaya it is Sora, Mizoram it is Thenjol, Nagaland is Kisama, Sikkim it's Namchi, and for Tripura it is Matabari. So if these areas can be developed as a world-class destination, I think the investors can definitely foresee what is the scope lying before them. Coming to energy sector, as we say, there is a huge potential in the hydro sector. But if we try to understand what is the scope for the renewable energy potential in the Northeastern region, we see that 1.29 lakh megawatt capacity. And so far, only 5,184 is tapped. So there is a huge potential in that. And in order to facilitate investment and industrialization in the area, TPIIT has also floated a scheme, Unnati, where capital investment incentive and capital interest subvention and manufacturing services linked incentives are given. The DPIIT representative had already made the presentation, so I will not elaborate on this. I will go to the next slide. And to monitor that, DPIIT has a constituted committees at the central level, steering committee headed by the Secretary DPIIT, state level headed by the Chief Secretary. They have PMU and PIU to monitor this. Coming to the initiatives taken and the way forward, especially for the states and the M donor, we can see that we are already in touch with the state governments, and the state governments have already identified the self-investable project, and they have already fine-tuned their policies befitting the requirement of the investors. And many state roundtables have already been carried out, and the empowered committee have been set up, and so far the MOUs of 38,000 crore rupees have already been attracted in this region. So to facilitate the ease of doing business, again, all the states are really working hard towards that. And the IPS have been established in most of the states, and M donor is also working towards strengthening it. And once the MOUs are signed between the investors and the states, there is a monitoring committee constituted by M donor, where the Ministry of Donor monitors each and every project on a monthly basis, tries to address all the bottlenecks, coordinates with the state government and the investors, and facilitates and ensures that the projects are grounded. So, our vision is to transform the northeastern region into a thriving economic hub, attracting both domestic and international tourists and investments. We are honored to have Honorable Union Minister Donor, Honorable CM of Tripura, and Honorable CM of Meghalaya, who would grace us with their valuable words. Their presence definitely signifies a strong sign of commitments and stability to potential investors. I encourage each of you to avail this opportunity and become partners in the Northeast growth story. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for putting in a nutshell the advantages of a Northeast, the opportunities it offers, and also all the efforts for the promotion of investment and trade by the government. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now request Mr. Chanchal Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, for his remarks.
Honorable Minister Dona, Honorable Minister, Chief Minister Tripura, Honorable Chief Minister Meghalaya, all the officials from the 8 states present here, ladies and gentlemen. As has been pointed out in many pitches met by the state governments and by the Joint Secretary, all these 8 states, they give tremendous opportunities in terms of investment potential in their states. You have seen that Northeastern region has less than 4% of the population, and they contribute 2.9% of the GDP to the national average. But the GDP growth rate of the area is more than the national average. This is primarily because of the fact that the central government, through its various schemes and policies, they have invested around 5.22 lakh crores of rupees in the last 10 years in the Northeastern region. This also shows the capacity of the states to execute projects, their implementation capabilities, the fact that there are investable projects present in the states. So, today we are here to request you, to urge all the investors, please build Northeastern region into your plan whenever you plan to invest in India. The tremendous potential in terms of ecotourism, adventure tourism, IT, ITES, healthcare, education, handloom, handicraft, it is immense. In the last 10 years, we have had so much of expenditure in infrastructure sector that now we have provided a very good connectivity of all these northeastern states in terms of road connectivity. You have national highways and network of PMGSY roads connecting remotest of the places. You have rail connectivity to all the 8 states. Number of airports has risen from 9 to 17. Number of inland waterways has increased from 1 to 20 operational waterways. You have much better digital connectivity of Northeastern region. So once these infrastructure bottlenecks have been removed, now the stage is set for the second stage of development. And this is where you come into picture. We have many good policies given by all these states. So Unnati scheme is what DPIIT has given. But in addition to that, many states have their own customized policies. You have seen that the investment policies, the incentive policies, the sectoral policies of these states are very attractive. The state governments have given you a full details of all these policies in the presentations earlier. Please make use of that. We from the central government, we can assure you that central government and state government, we are on the same pitch. We urge you, we'll try and see that all facilitations to you are given when you want to invest in northeastern states. There are institutional mechanisms of monitoring the investment. Let me give you some figures also. In March, we had investor signing meeting in which more than 30 crore worth of investment MOUs and letter of intents were signed. In Bangalore, around 9.6 thousand crore worth of MOUs and intent letters were signed. In Hyderabad, more than 18,000 crores of MOU and letter of intents were signed. So this is very encouraging for us. This shows that rest of the country is looking at northeastern region in a very holistic way. They recognize the potential. They recognize the policies. I can assure you on behalf of all the 8 state governments that there is people-centric governance framework. There is stability and consistency of policy. Please come and utilize all these opportunities. There are so many good institutions in the northeastern region. You have IIT, you have IIIT, you have AIMS, you have NIT, you have NID, you have NIPER, you have NISAC, you have NEST, Nectar. So many institutional organizations are there, and they give stability to the institutional mechanism of the states. So all the fundamental basics have been done. Please come, join us in this investment roadshow, the outcome of which is more and more of you should come and invest in northeastern region. The seriousness of the event can be gauged from the fact that the Honorable Minister is here, Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura and Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya is there. I once again thank all the investors who have come here, who have shown interest in northeastern region. I thank you all and I wish and urge that you will invest in northeastern region. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, sir. I will now invite the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Conrad Sangamaji, for a special address.
Honorable Minister of Donor, Government of Meghalaya, Government of India, our dear friend, Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia ji, the Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, Manik Saha ji, our Secretary of Donor, Chanchal Kumar ji, our Joint Secretary of Donor, Madam Mona Lisa Dash, all the other officials of Donor Ministry who are present here today, all the officials from all the state governments who are present here today, and most importantly, all the stakeholders from different industries who are here to be part of this Northeast Investors Summit. At the very outset, let me take this opportunity to really congratulate our young, our dynamic donor minister who has really taken the lead to, I should say, transform the entire donor ministry. Not to say that others have not done, but in the last 7 years as Chief Minister of Meghalaya, I have worked with the Ministry of Donor very closely. And I can tell you that the kind of focus, the kind of energy, the kind of vision that I am seeing today is something that I have not seen in the last many, many years. And hence, I really would like to congratulate Scindia Saab for this great initiative he's taking. I know there are a lot of challenges, but as a leader, he works, he pushes things forward, he always encourages us, and more importantly, he takes everybody along and ensures that we work as a team. We may be different states, but there is much more strength in the unity of the Northeast states together. And this is what our Honorable Minister for Donor has been doing. And once again, I congratulate him and all the officials of the Donor Ministry for the great initiative that they have taken. I also would like to congratulate and thank our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, under whose leadership the entire focus for Northeast has changed. What you have heard from the Secretary, Donor, is just a glimpse, is just a tip of the iceberg of what really is happening at the grassroots level. Every 15 days, there is a minister from the central government who visits the Northeast, ensures that they're able to understand the problems firsthand. Every ministry has been given direction by Honorable Prime Minister to ensure that Northeast is given a special focus from those departments or those ministers concerned. And therefore, this entire focus and vision and attention to the Northeast has really come all the way from the top. And that is why, with that kind of a focus and vision and leadership, I am very confident that obviously things are changing. The foundation has been laid, and we are right now in the process of really taking things forward to the next level. And that is why we are all here today. And like all investors, I'm sure all of you also will understand that it is really about the investments that you want to make, the opportunities that are there. The opportunities in turn become the right timing and the right process that you want to get into, the right circumstances that are there. So therefore, if you are an investor and you're looking to invest in an area or a business or an industry which will give you those higher returns compared to what a normal business anywhere else would be, I think this is a great time to do that in the Northeast. Because there are so many sectors which are today growing out there, where a lot of things have not been done. Investments in those sectors and the opportunities have not been taken by many. And yet, as I said, if you look at the entire ecosystem, it's right there for you to take it and for you to grab it. And therefore, it's a good time to work and to invest in the Northeast. Apart from the political stability, I must say, we are seeing more or less a political stability, therefore policy making, as Mr. Chanchal had said. The policies are right there where you are seeing the continuity in the policy that we bring in. You are seeing that special policies are being made for the investment in the Northeast. For example, the Unnati scheme of Government of India is now being matched by the states. Meghalaya has come up with its own Meghalaya industrial promotion policy just about 6 months back. And we are almost matching every aspect of the Unnati scheme in terms of the subsidy that we are providing to the investors. And we're happy to tell you that we are getting huge response from the market and from the investors in all the sectors concerned. At the same time, the aspects of the different kind of resources that we have in the Northeast, these resources have not been tapped yet, simply because the overall ecosystem was not ready. But today we are ready. And therefore these resources, whether it's the raw materials that we have, whether it's the tourism locations we have, whether it's the youth that we have, all of these resources have not been tapped to its potential. But the ecosystem and the foundation have been laid for it. And therefore, when it comes to our northeastern states, as I said, there's a huge opportunity and the timing is great for investors to come in. Coming to the my state of Meghalaya, I would like to again stress on the fact, I'm sure that my team headed by Mr. Cyril, who is our Secretary, Government of Meghalaya, had given a presentation on the different programs and schemes and the opportunities that are there in Meghalaya. But I would like to just stress on few of them. And starting off with, of course, tourism as one of the big sectors which we feel is going to be a great growth driver for us and also a great job creator for us. And hence, tourism is a huge potential which we see. And just to give you an idea, just about 3 months back, the Honorable Minister for Civil Aviation was in Shillong. And we were just working out the details for getting the commercial flights by expanding the runway by another 700, 800 meters more, so that the commercial flights can land directly from Mumbai or Delhi or any of the other metros. And I'm happy to inform you that that is on the cards. I expect that by next year, towards the end, we should be completing the entire expansion of the airport and the runway, and we should be having the commercial flights landing straight into Shillong, which again, as I said, is a very important part of the overall package that you give to the tourist. I was just discussing with some of our officials, and this was sometime in December, and in November, when the air quality was very low. So we were just discussing about the expansion of the runway, and we were saying that, well, it's a great tag that we can sell in the future. Again, not to say that Delhi quality, or I'm not commenting on the quality out there, but these are facts, saying that from 400 AQI to 20 AQI in 2 hours. So that's what we are selling, and that's the truth. So you can imagine that in the future, that is how we will be able to really sell the air, the pristine climate, the entire, ecotourism, the entire idea of getting away from the hustle bustle of Mumbai city or Delhi, and going into the green hills of the Northeast and of Meghalaya in matter of 2 hours flight. And that's really how we would like to see our tourism develop. And we're very happy, and that's why we need the support, and which we're getting from Government of India, to expand the runway. And we are hopeful that that would be happening very, very soon, as I said. And I expect that by next year, towards the end, we should be able to start the commercial flights. And you'll be happy to know that in the last 5-6 years, we have finally started with the Taj, it's not the Taj brand as such, but the same group, of course. So we have started the Vivanta and the Marriott Hotel. The first 5-star, 2 5-star hotels have opened up in Shillong. We have recently just signed an MOU, and not MOU, we have signed the agreement, in fact, and LOA has been given. And the construction for the third 5-star hotel, which is the Aurika. It's a lemon tree hotel group brand. So the Aurika brand is going to be The new hotel is going to come up. And we are coming up with 3 more government properties, one right in the center of Cherrapunji, next to the waterfalls, one right next to the lake in Shillong, which we call the Umiam Lake. We're coming up with a letter of intent for creating a 7-star resort and spa property out there. That's a really big project. And for those who have been there, you'll be able to, I'm sure, understand that it's almost like bringing in some kind of a European climate and overall scene of like a Lake Como kind of impact in Shillong. And we look at that becoming a very, very big MICE as well as a tourism destination. And at the same time, we are also investing in a new township for our new secretariat and for a new knowledge city in Shillong. It's an investment of almost more than 5,000 crores, which we're going to invest in and around the new township. And in those areas also, we are working on coming up with some more hotels and in some other areas. So we are also ready with the land bank, and we are ready with the policy, and we're ready with the tendering process to now invite many big hotels and resorts to come and set up, because we can see the growth. We can expect that future the runway will expand and direct flights will come into Shillong, and I'm sure that will open up and be a massive game changer for the tourism sector in our state. Second, of course, we are very keen to see that food processing is one sector which we're working on. Food processing is important because we realize that there is a lot of agriculture products, like, for example, our turmeric that we have, which we call the Lakadong turmeric, which is known in the world as being one of the best turmerics that is grown, with almost a curcumin value of going more than 10%, even going up to 12% of curcumin value. And realizing that property of this particular turmeric, we have gone for a massive plan to expand, and I'm happy to inform you that already the production of the Lakadong has jumped 15 to 20 times more than what we had when we initially started this mission. And our target is really to reach anything around close to 1 lakh metric tons of high quality turmeric being grown within our state, so that we can then finally have even pharmaceutical industries coming in and setting up. So like that, we are targeting a lot of very, very specialized products like shiitake mushroom. Again, happy to inform you that we have tied up with Japan, and the entire technology from Japan has come to India, to Meghalaya. And we are now training our farmers and entrepreneurs to now start growing shiitake mushroom to then export it to the rest of the world. So like that, we are really focusing on food processing, and we'd be very, very happy to see more and more investors coming in to invest in the food processing sector, as was shown in the presentation by Madam Mona Lisa, in the entire cold storage and logistics hub investment, which is absolutely necessary to ensure that the products finally reach the market, and therefore there can easily be a collaboration with the private parties and the government and the farmers to ensure that a strong logistics network is set up for the food processing and the agriculture sector. Last, I've got a lot of things to say, but I'm sure that we will be discussing more later too. I'll just mention 2 points, I'm sorry. In terms of resources, again, we don't want to be actually an economy that's going to depend on selling its raw materials and resources all the way. I hope that one day we will be able to come out of that economic cycle. But till then, our natural resources, whether it's the limestone we have, whether it's the coal that we have, whether it's the iron ore we have, these are all areas where, of course, large industries are already set up. But we are keen to see that, some investments in areas of thermal power, where our coal is right there, the reserves are there, at the pit head, a proper thermal plant could come up, which would ensure that our base load capacity is maintained, and also then able to sell power, not just in the northeast, but since we have a very close border and a long border with Bangladesh, of course, the political situation needs to stabilize a bit more. But as and when that happens, then of course, Bangladesh is an area where We hope that whether it's the pump storage projects that we can do or the thermal power projects, we are keen that we're able to promote the power sector, and thermal power is something that we're looking at. As I said, we are also looking at all the other natural resources that we have, which could be pushed. Last, I'd like to mention about a very, very important resource which we have, which is the youth of our state. And I say that because the kind of response that we are getting today when it comes to the IT sector, for example, we have just last 3 years back, we have started our first IT park. The second one is about to be completed, and the third one also will be completed maybe a year later. We are actually creating a plug-and-play model and a system where just next to the airport, maybe about 5-6 kilometers away, this IT park in this entire area is coming up. And we're getting a huge response from a lot of international clients, a lot of national providers, ITES providers, who have bases in Hyderabad and Bangalore, are now creating their second or third kind of setup in Shillong city because of the manpower that we have and the overall connectivity, the ecosystem, the 5-star hotels, and other aspects, the weather, all these aspects coming in is making opportunity for us, for the IT sector to also be there. And for the youth point of view, I also would like to add that we are really focusing on sending our youth to the rest of the world. I just want to give you an example that just last year we started a very special program where we have tied up with Japan, Germany and Singapore. And the government of Meghalaya is funding the training of our nurses. And already within a year's time, we have close to about 100, 200 nurses who have already left for Japan, are working in Japan, sending almost close to 1.2 lakh rupees a month back to their families, just in a matter of a year's time. Every month they send. So that means in a year they're sending in about 12 lakhs of foreign exchange coming in. We are really seeing a huge market for our human resource and our manpower in the rest of the world. And therefore, that's a great opportunity. It's not just for Meghalaya, but I think for the whole Northeast and the country as a whole. And but I would like to see that some of the players would come in and be part of this human resource development and providing of human resource. And the Northeast could be a very, very critical part. Japan has mentioned to us, the hospitals have mentioned. I've personally gone and escorted the nurses to the hospitals in Japan and got the response from them later on, telling me that they are very happy with the people and they would like to see more and more staff from the Northeast, especially coming into Japan to serve as nurses. Japan is losing close to about 10,000 nurses every year. So that's the kind of demand that is there for nurses, and I'm sure for many, many other sectors the same will happen. And in the youth, the last point which I would like to mention here is regarding sports and music. And this is something that I have been stressing on a lot. And just to share with you, we of course do a lot of work when it comes to big festivals that are happening throughout the year. But apart from the music festivals, we are also stressing a lot on, which helps the tourism, of course. We are stressing a lot on sports. Just I was in the flight this afternoon with John Abraham, who is the owner of the Northeast United. Again, he's very passionate about football. And I just want to share with you that John Abraham and his entire team of Northeast United are working very closely with government of Meghalaya. In fact, the matches of Northeast United, maybe in a year's time, will now shift to Shillong. John Abraham will be, and the Northeast United will be setting up a world-class soccer center of excellence, where they will train the youth of the Northeast and then supply these talented youth to clubs, not just at the national level, but even at the international level. So that's the kind of vision with which even the sports sector we are working on. And I'm very sure that we'll be able to move forward. I took this liberty to speak a lot because Sindhya Saab told me, Conrad, you can say whatever you want, as much as you want. So I took this liberty, but also I took this liberty because it is really an opportunity. I must say this, I repeat what I started in the beginning. This doesn't happen very often. And, chief ministers coming and sitting with you, ministers coming, cabinet ministers, I should say the decision makers are here to discuss with you on what are the issues and problems that are there and how we can make sure that we can create the environment and ecosystem for you to come and invest. So therefore, we are very happy to be here. Challenges and problems will be there. Obviously, every challenge is an opportunity. And if there's a problem, the correct people who can resolve those problems are sitting in front of you. So therefore, let's take this opportunity and let's figure out how we could create value and opportunity in terms of the situation that is there right now in the Northeast. Northeast में आज बहुत कुछ हो सकता है. इसलिए मैं चाहूंगा कि आज ये जो अपॉर्चुनिटी हमें मिल रहा है, हम सब ये सिचुएशन को देखें और आप भी टूरिज्म क्यों ना हो, स्पोर्ट्स क्यों ना हो, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, एग्रीकल्चर, फूड प्रोसेसिंग, इन सभी सेक्टर्स में आज नॉर्थ ईस्ट में एक बहुत अच्छा माहौल है. भारत सरकार की तरफ से बहुत इन्वेस्टमेंट हुआ है. फाउंडेशन और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो चाहिए वो सब चीजों में हमारे जो रिस्पेक्टेड प्रधानमंत्री जी हैं उन्होंने इन्वेस्ट किया है. और मेरा मानना है कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट का अगर समय है तो यही है. और इसी समय अगर इन्वेस्टर्स आके अगर आप इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो मुझे विश्वास है कि आपको पूरा उसका फायदा मिलेगा. इट्स अ ग्रेट टाइम टू कम इन. सो विदाउट टेकिंग टू मच ऑफ टाइम, once again thanking Honorable Minister and the Honorable Prime Minister for their great initiative, and I wish this particular Investors Summit the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, sir, for sharing your thoughts with the August gathering this evening. I will now request Professor Dr. Manik Sahaji, Honorable Chief Minister Tripura, for a special address. Chief Minister Tripura.
Good evening
for
to all. Honorable Minister of Communications and Minister of Development of Northeastern Region, that is donor, Sri Jyotiraditya Sindhya ji. Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Sri Conrad Sangma ji. Secretary donor, Sri Chanchal Kumar. Joint Secretary, Srimati Mona Lisa Das, senior government officials, representatives of central and state governments, prominent business persons, industry association, media friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to compliment the organizer and Minister of Donor for organizing Roadshow in Mumbai at Taj Mahal Palace Hotel, Colaba, Mumbai. The endeavor of the Ministry of Donor has greatly helped in providing much needed exposure to the business and investment opportunities of the Northeast region. Due to historical reason, this region has lagged in the development of all aspects, including physical infrastructure. Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji has always regarded the Northeast as Ashtalakshmi and given prime importance to its development by declaring Act East policy. Tripura is a northeastern state of India bordered by Bangladesh to north, south and west, and the Indian state of Assam, Mizoram to the east. It is the third smallest state in the country and second largest state in the northeastern state in terms of population. Tripura, with its unique geography and socio-economic landscape, is poised at the crossroads of growth and opportunity. The estimated population of the state is around 41.65 lakh. Tripura is most peaceful state in the country and in the northeastern states. The state has vast reserves of natural gas, resulting power surplus. Tripura's economy is mostly based on agriculture and related industries, continue to be the main drivers of the state economy. Tripura has launched an ambitious vision document called Lakshya 2047. We are one of the better performing states in northeastern region with a number of positive indicators in crucial sector. The estimated per capita income reached an all-time high of about rupees 1,77,723 in 2024, as compared to previous per capita income of rupees 1,57,364 in 2023, and was more than twice since financial year 2012. Tripura's GSDP grew at 8.9%. The state is having second highest GSDP in northeastern region. In terms of SDG index, that is Sustainable Development Goals, Tripura moved from a performer state to front runner, first moving state in 2023-24. We are striving for higher growth to achieve our model state in a time-bound manner. This acceleration of economic growth will require a substantial in the volume of investment in the economy, both domestic and foreign. We will make every effort to promote such investment to climate conducive for investors and entrepreneurs to use the productive capacity and resources of our state. The state government is also adding new dimensions in improving both the basic as well as industrial infrastructure throughout the state. Under the blessings of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, Tripura has given Hira Model Plus state. There is phenomenal change in length as well as standard of national highway. National highways total length of 853.8 kilometers. Besides, Maharaja Bir Vikram Airport at Agartala has been upgraded, second busiest airport in northeastern region, and I should say it is supposed to be the best airport in northeastern region. When the Maitri Setu at Sabrum, South Tripura connectivity starts approaching to Chittagong port, this will be a gateway of northeastern region and as well as Southeast Asia. The special economic zone, that is SEJ, is already been constructed at Sabrum, and number of investors shown their interest to set up their organizations. There are already 3 modern integrated checkposts, ICP in Tripura. There is rail connectivity set up to Agartala from Akhaura, Bangladesh. There is enormous scope for setting up industries, especially using indigenous resources like rubber, bamboo, agar, natural gas, agro, allied produces, food processing, tea, handicrafts, and handloom, and tourism, education, etc. The agro policy of Tripura to promote sustainable cultivation, harvesting, and commercialization of agarwood, which is valuable and aromatic resin-producing tree species native to the state. The total number of agarwood trees estimated in the non-forest area is more than 5 million, covering about 2,000 hectares, for which there is no permission required from forest department for felling trees, etc. Recently, 3 traditional products from Tripura have got GI tag, and they are Matabari Pera Prasad, Rignai Parcha, and Rignai Pachra, and Risha Textiles. In rubber industry, Tripura is the second rubber capital in India after Kerala, which plays a great role in the socio-economic development of the state. Production area of rubber is about 1.10 lakh hectare. Rubber-based industries has been described as thrust sector for investment with additional subsidy under the state incentive scheme. Rubber park has been established in Bujjangnagar Industrial Estate over an area of 60 acres with technical support from Rubber Board. Now, another initiative to set up the second rubber park in Shantir Bazar, South Tripura, have been taken up. So far, the bamboo matter is concerned, the state boasts as many as we have 21 species of bamboo. The state government has launched a state bamboo mission with the state bamboo policy, objective of overall development of bamboo sector. Around 1.49 lakh artisans are engaged in value addition of bamboo, producing an estimated annual craft sale value of rupees 35.34 crore. In this bamboo sector, there are emerging small and medium scale enterprises, which includes incense stick, mat boards, bamboo laminate, bamboo tiles, bamboo furniture, bamboo shoot processing, handicrafts, home decor, bamboo utility items, etc. So far, horticulture is concerned, Tripura is well known for some quality horticulture crops, particularly pineapples, jackfruits, orange, cashew nuts, etc., along with food processing industry. It is to be mentioned here that Tripura's queen pineapple has been declared a state fruit, which is already got GI tag. Tripura is favored tourism destination, scenic beauty, rare flora and fauna, and being the erstwhile princely state with royal palaces, historical monuments, archaeological places, temples, especially Ma Tripura Sundari temple, one of the 51 Shakti Peeths of India. State has rich history and archaeology and cultural heritage, traditional art and music. There are a number of Hindu and Buddhist sites. State also has good potential in ecotourism, homestays, as well as rural tourism, religious tourism, and film tourism, etc. The state government has recently launched Tripura homestay policy. Tripura's tourism sector has been growing consistently. The state offers variety of attraction, including wildlife sanctuary and places, and to experience tribal life. There is also potential of development of tourist circuit involving all the northeast states, if possible, neighboring countries as well as. All this offers attractive opportunities for the hospitalities industries, including star category hotel. Government of Tripura has declared service sector activities, namely hotel business, tourism promoting activities, water sports, ropeways, adventure, leisure sports as thrust sector industry with provision additional subsidy incentives under Tripura incentives policy. The state is considered the best IT destination in the Northeast and has potential for IT-enabled service. The state is having IT policy. Tripura is the third internet gateway of the country after Mumbai and Chennai. To introduce paperless systems in the administration system, the government have introduced e-office and e-cabinet successfully. Thus, Tripura has become the fourth state in the country and second in the Northeast to have introduced e-office and e-cabinet. It is the first state in the country that has extended e-office, e-cabinet from state up to 3-tier panchayat level. Also, more than 90% villages connected by 4G network. The state is also focusing on expanding vocational education to enhance employability, boost entrepreneurship, and drive sustainable development through the Educational Institute, Skill Directorate, Industrial Training Institutes, etc. I am glad to inform that the literacy rate in the state now estimated over 95.16%. The state has a central university, National Institute of Technology, that is NIT, Indian Institute of Information Technology, IIIT, National Law University, NLU, National Forensic Science University, State Engineering College, 1 private engineering college, 5 private universities, Polytechnic Institutes, Agriculture College, Veterinary College, Fisheries College, and 19 ITI. Besides, there are 3 medical colleges, 1 dental college, 1 nursing college, 1 pharmaceutical college. However, there is a great potential for private investment in this field by way of setting up educational institutions in the field like information technology, telecommunication, biotechnology, healthcare, and skill university, etc. The MSME, that is micro, small, and medium enterprise sector, play a crucial role in the economic development of Tripura. It is estimated that around 1 lakh MSME enterprises available in Tripura. Out of that, most of them are micro enterprises. In Tripura, online single window clearing system through Swagat portal that gives approval by all government agencies in Tripura for all statutory clearance within maximum period of 30 days has been operational for providing time-bound clearances to the investors. Investment Promotion Agency of Tripura, that is IPAT, has been notified to discharge its function for dedicatedly working towards the investment initiatives under the chairmanship of Chief Minister. It may be mentioned that to attract private investment in this region, Ministry of Commerce, Government of India has announced the Unnati 2024 scheme, which would further boost the investment in the region. The Tripura government has launched several initiatives to promote industrial growth within the state. Tripura Investment Promotion Incentive Schemes provides for additional capacity subsidy, lowered power tariff, and easy access. State has declared data center policy to attract investment. IT and IT startup scheme. Then Tripura Startup Venture Capital Fund has been launched with the corpus fund of rupees 50 crore to provide risk capital to potential startup. 2 software technology park, Indranagar and Lichubagan, have been set up. State government has launched IT's policies 2022 with the objective to attract IT and IT's companies. We have sectoral policies like Tripura IT Startup Scheme 2019, Tripura Data Center Policy 2021, Tripura Agarud Policy 2021, Integrated Logistic Policy 2022, Tourism Policy 2020-25, City Gas Distribution Policy 2022, Startup Policy 2022, and EV Electrical Vehicle Policy. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Ministry of Donor, especially Honorable Minister Sri Jyotiraditya Sindha ji, and organizers of the Roadshow in Mumbai for providing this platform and also for coming forward to organize this program dedicatedly for the northeastern states and hope every success of the event. Let us embark on this journey where every investment becomes a story of success and every partnership becomes a bond of trust. We cordially invite investors to consider setting up projects in Tripura, and we assure that the state government will come forward with all necessary support. Thank you, and I look forward to welcome you to Tripura, land of opportunity. With this, I conclude my speech. Jai Hind. Thank you.
I thank the Honorable Minister for his valuable insights and now invite Shri Jyotiraditya Sindhya ji, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, for the keynote address.
Seated on the dais with me, Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, Shri Manik Saha Sahib, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Conrad Sangma ji, Secretary in my department, Shri Chanchal Kumar ji, Joint Secretary, Dona, Ms. Mona Lisa Das ji, Joint Director of FICCI, Shri Biswajit ji, who gave the welcome remarks, and most importantly, the reservoir and repository of the growth engine of our country, our investor universe, and in many ways the protagonists of India's rise on the world stage. My friends, my investors from the hustling, bustling city of Mumbai. It indeed is a pleasure to be back home. And some of you may not know, but I have spent a long period of my life in this city and in this state. Amchi Mati, Amchi Mumbai. फार छान वाटला मला महाराष्ट्राच्या मातीमध्ये प्रणाम करायला एक मौका मला मिळाला. ऐतिहासिक माती आहेत, हे भारतचा स्वराजची माती आहेत. आणि माझा एक संबंध तुमच्या जवळ आणि हे माती जवळ एक पारिवारिक संबंध आहेत. तर आज एक खासदारच्या संबंध मध्ये नाही, पण एक पारिवारिक संबंधचा अनुभव आणि उदाहरण घेऊन तुमच्या समोर मी उभे आहे. Be thankful to both our chief ministers, Manik Saha Sahab, who has completed a long and arduous journey from Agartala to Mumbai. He only landed at 3 a.m. in the morning. Conrad Sangmaji. And this, ladies and gentlemen, the presence of our two chief ministers here reflects the commitment of two leaders towards their state's development, two leaders who have not only presented before you today the hard economic rubric of the capability of their homes, but far more important than that, the soft power that truly the Northeast represents has been expositioned before you this evening. The central government works in partnership with the Seven Sisters and Sikkim, works in partnership with that one goal in mind. The Prime Minister has articulated की यह भारतची शताब्दी होणार आणि ते संकल्पला सिद्धीमध्ये परिवर्तित करायचं आहे तर एक माणूसला 100% परिश्रम आणि मेहनत करून भारतचे झेंडाला फडकायची विचारधारा विश्वस्तर पर ते साकार आम्हाला करायचा आहे. And it is with that emotion, this is India's decade, this is India's century, and it is with that emotion that the leaders of these states, in the form of our chief ministers, have demonstrated before you today that within India's rubric of 36 states and union territories, there are opportunities to be found everywhere. Before you today, but it is the time of the Northeast that within India's rubric, yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. The Northeast is here today before you, ladies and gentlemen, because today, after 10 years of dedicated hard work, 10 years of building the infrastructure of the Northeast, 10 years of building the human capital of the Northeast, 10 years of building the soft power of the Northeast, today the Northeast is ready for your investment to take India to that position by 2047 when we move from our Amrit Kal to our Shatabdi Kal. It was a different environment 10 years ago. The last decade has changed India's position across the world stage. We've gone from the 11th largest economy to the 5th largest economy. By 2027, we'll become the 3rd largest economy, leaving Germany and Japan behind. But that growth, that transformation, that chrysalis will only be possible when we look at investments in new areas. An industry as I know you, investors as I know you, because today I'm on this side of the stage. But for 10 years in my career, I was on that side of the stage. I used to be an investment banker. And we have seen a difference between the talk and the walk. But today, in the form of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the chief ministers of the Northeast, represented today by Manik Sahaji and by Conrad Sangmaji, the talk is the walk, ladies and gentlemen. There has been a centuries transformation that has been squeezed into the period of a decade. And I say this to you, not as Minister of the Northeast. I say this to you as a citizen of India, that has had the good fortune, thanks to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, to be able to interact with Chief Minister like Manik Saha Sahab, like Conrad Sangmaji, who are passionate about their states, passionate about bringing change, who do not believe in the status quo, who believe in being, quote unquote, disruptors, but disruptors showing the path to a new progressive development of their states under their captaincy. And I've experienced that in the last 6 months. I've experienced that when I was Civil Aviation Minister. When these luminaries seated on my stage today would not let me take a breath until I provided connectivity to both their states and provided infrastructure to both their states. So I speak here with experience, at having been at the receiving end of their constant trials and tribulations. But it is only through perseverance that you get the fruit of success. And I am proud as a public servant today to be standing and sitting on stage, at having been at the receiving end with two gentlemen who have been of their constant trials and tribulations and instrumental in bringing about transformation in both their states. The Northeast is ready, ladies and gentlemen. And I find it very difficult in words to describe the potential that these 8 states represent. 5.5 crore population. Growth rates that are unheard of in any part of the world. Even in India. We are 600, 700 basis points ahead of the world, growing at 7.5%, 8% GDP. But these gentlemen are growing at 11, 11.5, 12% GDP rate. What the magic is in their portion, you have to ask both of them. But what is very clear is they are like captains of their ships, giving very clear direction of where they want to be in. And the beauty of my 7 sisters and Sikkim is that each one of them have their own area of core competence, their own area of strengths. Some places they overlap. And where they overlap, they will compete amongst themselves. They will compete for capital. They will compete for opportunity. But they have very clear verticals where they specialize. And the single point that I want to put across to all of you is, don't look at them as only being areas within India that you are investing. Why? Because when the sun rises on our country, when the sun rises on Bharat Mata, the first rays don't fall on Bombay. They do not fall on Delhi. They do not fall on Bengaluru. They do not fall on Chennai. If the sun rises, it rises from the last village of Arunachal Pradesh. That is the potential that the Northeast today represents to all of you. It is the gateway to the global South. Your investment in the Northeast provides you not only a huge market within India, but provides you access to Myanmar, to Bangladesh, to Nepal, to Bhutan, to Laos, to Cambodia, to Malaysia, to Singapore, all of those markets, mind my words, in the next decade will be present in the Northeast. And that's the kaleidoscope with which you have to look. And the reason why I insisted, and I must apologize to Manak Saha Sahab and to Conrad Sangmaji. Manak Saha Sahab has left important meetings in Tripura and come here. Conrad ji has left his family and come here for the rest of his family in Meghalaya. But I believe in the entrepreneurial and innovative capabilities of my Mumbai. The soil that I have known for more than 20 years of my life. And what I want to accomplish today is not purely a transaction. Yes, we have signed 38,000 crores of MOUs between Hyderabad and Bengaluru. Yes, many people have come forth when we have started this investor roadshow. But what I want to achieve in Mumbai is I want to form a bridge between the vibrancy and the resilience of businesses and investors and minds and ignited hearts of my Mumbai and the huge potential that lies in my Northeast in these 8 states. You believe in first mover advantage. And today you have a presentation of first mover advantage in the Northeast. You believe in going to an area which has huge human resource potential. There is no other area in the world that has the human resource potential than of my Northeast. 70% between the age of 15 to 35. Across every state. You want to experience a youth bulge? Go to the Northeast. An English-speaking population. Literacy rates higher than what you can ever conceive in the rest of India. Beyond 80% literacy rates. The desire to be part of something innovative. The desire to be part of something new. My brother Conrad just talked about the nurses getting trained in Meghalaya, contributing to countries as far off as Germany. That is the capability of the Northeast. And this is the bridge I want to create. In Meghalaya, we have a beautiful site of the root bridges close to Cherrapunji, am I right? Those root bridges are built over centuries. And whatever nature or human, more than nature, human may try and do, you can never tear those root bridges apart. I want to form those root bridges between Mumbai and the Northeast. And there are huge areas of opportunity. My Joint Secretary has given a very educative presentation. 5,500 kilometers of national highways built. Civil aviation airports have gone from 9 airports to 17 airports. I had resolved as civil aviation minister that I will convert the advanced landing grounds in Arunachal into airports. And Pasighat, Zero, Multiple airports have been built there today. We had 1,000 ATMs per week, air traffic movements per week. In 10 years, Prime Minister has made it 1,950 air traffic movements per week to the Northeast. $40,000 kilometers of Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana has been built. 20 waterways. Talk about railways. 2,000 kilometers of railway tracks, the highest railway bridge being built. 19 projects worth 90,000 crores being executed today. These are not mere data points. Behind each data point is tremendous amount of hard work, perseverance, diligence, granularity. And therefore the Northeast today, from an infrastructure point of view, from a human resource point of view, from a nature's point of view, if you want to go to a Shangri-La in the world, there is no Shangri-La that is better than my Northeast. My brother Conrad invited me just now to the Cherry Blossom Festival. I attended the music festival with him and spent the night in Meghalaya. The next morning when I woke up, not sure where he had housed me, but wherever he had housed me, when I opened the windows, the hotel was situated in a forest next to a lake. I'm not kidding you. The clouds were literally 6 inches above the water, floating on the water. 20 AQI, he says. I will challenge him. I guarantee you the AQI there was not more than 2. Where will you get that in the world? And it's ready for you. The same in Tripura, the same in Arunachal. But we must protect nature. I have mentioned this to our chief ministers as well. We must make sure we protect nature. Tourism potential, the music festivals, from Zero Festival at an Arunachal to Cherry Blossom to the festivals in Tripura. And you look at the youth energy. Today, the Embassy of Japan collaborated with the Cherry Blossom Festival to make sure ramen noodles, sushi, tempura, everything is sold in the Cherry Blossom Festival. So if Japanese cuisine can go to Meghalaya, why cannot my pav bhaji from Bombay go to Meghalaya? Why cannot my dal bahafla from Jhabua, Madhya Pradesh go to Meghalaya? Agriculture. What does this area not have, ladies and gentlemen? GI products, a repertoire of them, 35 GI products by state. If you look at Arunachal Pradesh's sticky rice and bamboo tea, Assam's orthodox tea and jowar rice, Manipur's Tamilong orange, black rice, Kachai lemon, Meghalaya's Lakadong turmeric, Mizoram's Mizo chili and Mizo ginger, Nagaland's Naga chili, Sikkim's cardamom, Tripura's Matabari peda and Queen pineapple. What does this area not have that Mother Earth has given us? And let me tell you, Conrad ji talked about food processing. If you're not there, it's going to get too late. Why? Because as Civil Aviation Minister, I had put in place Krishi Udan. My chilies from Nagaland, I was flying out under civil aviation to Dubai. My queen pineapple from Tripura, I was flying out to Germany. So if the world is partaking in the treasures of the Northeast, what are you waiting for? But value addition must take place on the ground. We must not look at the principle of just allowing farmers to grow their produce, taking it out from those states and processing it elsewhere. Processing must take place in these states where our local farmers must be part of that processing value chain. Packaging value chain, branding value chain. And they're already there. The SHG groups that I've seen, thanks to Prime Minister's resolve of making sure the self-help groups rise across the length and breadth of India. The quality of product, the quality of packaging, you'll be astounded. Packaging value chain, branding value chain is already there in the Northeast. You just need to go there and tap it, like you tap a rubber tree. Taha Saab talked about agarwood. I didn't know. Colognes we use, perfumes the ladies use. The oud that goes into that, I had no idea. Comes from agar wood from Tripura and Assam. International production is on a decline. Indonesia is on a decline. It is the Northeast that presents that opportunity today. Our agarbatti comes from there. So why don't we set up industry there? So whether it's agriculture, whether it is tourism, whether it's education, whether it's IT, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura have set up IT parks. Today the world is expanding and India is expanding with the world. We used to consume 1 GB of data. Now on average, every Indian consumes 20 GB of data. We've rolled out the fastest 5G network in the world. In 22 months, 99% of India's districts and 82% of India's population today have 5G coverage. And I've said this many a time. We followed the world on 4G. We marched with the world on 5G. But I tell you today, ladies and gentlemen, we will lead the world in 6G. That will require a huge demand for data centers. And the Northeast is a great area to set up those data centers. The software, the engineering capability in the Northeast is par excellence. I've just tied up with the Northeast, with South India, with Chennai, for animation capability. All the Hollywood movies, Avatar and all these movies, the back end of their animation took place in India. And there's a huge storehouse of that capability in the youth of the Northeast. We are tying up today with all Indian companies that are in animation, set up their centers in the Northeast. Not to employ our Northeast brothers and sisters in their companies in the South, but we must set it up in the Northeast, create value in the Northeast. Sports is another area. But I have requested all chief ministers, we must not only look at creating hard assets, not only brick and mortar, but the training capability as well. And I'm glad that John Abraham today has been invited in Meghalaya. But Meghalaya today produces the Navratnas in the sporting area for Bharat Mata. Your Baijung Bhatia, your Mary Kom, your archers, all produced today from the Northeast. Renewable energy is another huge area. Hydro potential in our country, 56 gigs solely from the Northeast. That's the potential of the Northeast. I used to be power minister. 56 gigs, 56,000 megawatts. Today, what is being actually produced in the Northeast? Only 2,500 megawatts. And 5,000 megawatts under work. Huge opportunity there in renewable power. Semiconductor is being set up in Assam. The Tatas have moved there. 27,000 crores worth of investment going into Assam. We will be providing maximum number of chips to the world from the Northeast in the next 5 years. Tourism and hospitality, both the chief ministers have spoken about that. I am working hand in hand with them. We in the donor ministry have identified a tourism circuit for every state. One site. We don't want to be jack of all trades and master of none. We've identified one site for every state, Sora in Meghalaya, Matabari in Tripura, where we will focus on creating quality, not quantity. Quality experiences. And today, people are willing to travel. But people are desirous of experiences, end to end, from when I get off the plane till when you see me off. It should be seamless. And I have said to all our chief ministers that donor will stand behind them to fund any project that is required, but we must look at quality and not quantity. So I stand before you, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before you as a messenger. I stand before you as a public servant. I stand before you as a partner. I stand before you as a bridge. I stand before you as a unifier. I stand before you bringing the opportunity to you. The Prime Minister has a huge vision for the Northeast. The Prime Minister is committed to the Northeast. Our chief ministers will stand by you and your investments. We will ensure that red tapeism is replaced by a red carpet for all of you. But you have to take the plunge. You have to come to uncharted areas which are ripe for the picking. But I have to request you. You have to come with your checkbook. But you have to also come with your heart. Because this is not and should not be a mere transaction. It is an investment into your future, an investment into the future of the youth, and an investment into the future of Bharat Mata. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the inspiring guidance to surge ahead. And now, the vote of thanks will be delivered by Shri Muang Tunglut, Joint Director, Ministry of Donor.
Good evening, everyone. As we come close to this session, it is my privilege to extend heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of Ministry of Donor. Firstly, I would like to express our deep gratitude to
Honorable CM of Tripura, Dr. Manik Saha, and Honorable CM of Meghalaya, Shri Conrad Sangma. Sirs, by not only being present here, but also by addressing the gathering, this shows that the importance and the strength of leadership that the Northeast needs to achieve its potential. The commitment to promoting sustainable development and economic opportunity for the Northeast is both inspiring and essential to the success of this investment summit. Our sincere thanks to our Honorable Union Minister of Donor, Sri Jyotiraditya Scindia. Sir, your vision and unwavering dedication to the development of the Northeastern region has been instrumental in driving this initiative forward. Your keynote address today underscored the tremendous potential of this region and inspired us to explore ways to contribute to its growth story. We are truly honored by your leadership and commitment to building a prosperous future for the Northeast India. I would like to give special thanks to Sri Chanchal Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Donor, for highlighting the tremendous potential this Northeast region have. A special thanks to Ms. Mona Lisa Das, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Donor, for delivering the theme presentation on the advantages and investment opportunity in the Northeastern region. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the state government of the Northeastern states. Your presence and contribution today are invaluable, as each of you represent the unique strength and aspiration of your respective states. By working together and presenting the investment opportunity in each state, you are playing a crucial role in ensuring Northeast potential is recognized on a national as well as international scale. I would also like to recognize FICCI and Invest India for their active and valuable contribution to making the roadshow success. A special thanks to investor and industrial representatives who are present here today. Your presence reflects a shared commitment for developing the Northeastern region, and your interest in exploring this region is key to realizing its full potential. We look forward to seeing partnership and collaboration that will emerge from your engagement here. Thank you once again to everyone.
One group picture, please. Could I request all the honorable ministers and distinguished dignitaries to please come close. Moments to be treasured in the form of photographs, which will stay with us for times to come. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you to please remain seated for a few moments till the honorable dignitaries depart from the venue. Please do not crowd near the exits.